Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geeks 5 Ever podcast for Monday, October 9th, 2023. I am one of the co hosts. So you may notice normally you would see uh, King Mexico starting off the show, but right now he's running a bit late. He's on his way. So just give it like a couple of minutes, he'll show up. So I am one of the co-hosts, the Texas Gaming Hedgehog, according to him, the man with the plan, the guy who runs the skinny, E-Blade Sonic. And of course, we also have our co-host as well, the man with a plan, Mr. Jace.
Yay! That's me. I was in the background while y'all were talking.
Yes, he was in the background. All right, so today is actually our special Hispanic Heritage Special. You're probably wondering, what does that mean? Well, so this is a podcast dedicated to talking about pop culture, cosplay, gaming, television, all that stuff from for the Hispanic geeks out there. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it. So this is actually going to be a pretty interesting day. So we're not doing a skinny for specials like these, especially when we have our incredible guests. I guess we could already introduce some of them. Legit's John.
Hello, guys. Legit John Steven. What is up? I am excited for tonight, and we are still in Hispanic Heritage Month. So, September 15th going on to October 15th.
Yeah, so basically until Sunday. So basically the last week of Hispanic Heritage Months. And also we have another one. We have Mr. Green Arrow.
You have failed the city. This is me, Green Arrow. Super excited for the show again.
All right, it's awesome to see you guys again. How are you guys feeling today?
Pretty good. Getting off work, the usual.
All right. And also we have a special guest for today's show. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, me? Oh,
Yes.
Hi. Sorry, I'm running on no sleep, like I stated. Hi, everyone. I'm Yvonne Marie Cosplay. Happy to be here again. Just a heads up, I'm very awkward, but anyway, hi.
Or you're awkward, just like all of us here. So no shame in that. You're among friends and geeks and everything in between.
Oh, my.
So this is actually a really cool thing for us to do. We wanted to do something like this for a while now, a Hispanic Heritage Special. We just wanted to showcase a lot of the community in the eyes of the Hispanic person, whether it's a cosplayer, a gamer, just someone who just enjoys that kind of stuff. And so I noticed that, I guess for Legit John and Green Arrow, and just wanted to ask, this past weekend was Big Texas Comic-Con. I don't know if did you guys attend it or anything like that?
Yes.
All right. How was you guys' experience? Just tell us all about it, because I know a couple of people who went, but they don't really tell us anything. But I just want to know from your perspective while you guys are, all of y'all are here.
Green Arrow can go first because I'm going to save my moment. I had a lot.
So, I mean, for me personally, I only went on Friday, which was kind of good because it wasn't as packed. Because, typically, like, Saturday is, like, the biggest day, right?
Yeah.
So Friday wasn't as bad. There wasn't that many people. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was kind of weird because they had it, like, in the far, like, back end of, like, the convention center. There was, like, another event going on, completely different. But you had to, like, kind of, like, had to walk quite a bit to get to it. And the only other thing, I guess, like, a nitpick would be, like, the main, like, hall that they had it in was great. Big size, perfectly for everybody to be there. But the panel room was like kind of like on the second floor, kind of like far from it. So you kind of like had to like walk a good ways to like get to your panel. So like, for example, if you're doing like a celebrity sign up, or like you're doing photos, what have you, if you had a panel right after that, you kind of like had to like run to the upstairs panel room. But other than that, it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it though.
All right. So wanted to ask you about the layout. So was it the layout similar? Is it the same venue as San Japan, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Like was the layout similar, or just like totally different? Like
Nah, it was totally different.
Different.
Yeah, because like San Japan, like for this past year, it was actually bigger, so they
Mhm.
had like more access to like more space.
Okay.
But all the spaces kind of like interconnected to each other, versus with the Big Texas, they only had like one hall room open, and then like the panel rooms were again like on the back end of like the further back end of like the convention center.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. And like when you went to like the dealers or anything like that, were there any like was it like pretty big for a Friday or how was like the attendance wise?
Um, for Friday, it was kind of like calm, like enough to where like you weren't like elbow to elbow like sardines.
Mhm.
It was more like you had space. There wasn't that many people like packed into certain vendors. Um, and it was kind of like spaced out really good because they had enough space for like the celebrities, cosplay guests in the far like left end, and then like all the vendors and everything were like in the middle. So again, not too bad. It had again for a Friday, it was pretty like manageable.
Okay, awesome. Levin Marie, did you said you attended Big City Comic Con as Big Texas Comic Con as well. How was that experience for you?
Yes, so I only went one day this year. But I went Saturday, which was a really fun time. It wasn't as crowded as I thought it would be. Like it was the first year I went. This was my second time going. I actually had attended Big Texas Comic Con when they first started. I was actually a guest their first year. Um, but this year I wasn't a guest, and I'm kind of glad I wasn't because I was super drained. But what I experienced is it was nicely set up. There wasn't as many dealers as I thought it would be. I was hoping there was more, but the only thing I didn't like about it is um, they didn't announce that they had autograph vouchers, and half of the guests were cash only, and they didn't relay that to the fans. So I had to run to a few ATMs that were down most of the time, but other than that, it was just a lot of walking, and I didn't like the miscommunication
Mhm.
with the fans. But overall, it was a good experience, minus those two things.
Yeah, I mean, you would think like,
Mhm.
especially after post pandemic, you would think some places would still do like
Mhm.
card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've it's kind of rare nowadays to see like cash only
Hmm.
guests and all that stuff. But I guess other than that, I mean, that is kind of a weird miscommunication. Especially a lot
Yeah.
of people go to these conventions. One of the big reasons is for the guests,
Hmm.
and that's actually kind of interesting. That's never heard of
Yeah,
that.
this was the first time, or I didn't see it in time or what, but they had the previous years they had autograph vouchers and photo op vouchers. Uh and I was trying to meet the voice actor of Miles Morales, and they told us when I was already waiting in line for almost 2 hours that
Mm.
if you don't have a voucher, it's cash only. So of course, everyone was upset. And a few other guests were cash only, and none of us were notified. But I just wish that if I can give a feedback, I would have them make more announcements on that, because there's some people who didn't even know, including myself, that they had
Right,
autograph vouchers, like
right.
where you had to pay for the autograph only.
Mhm.
So other than that, it was fun. I was so excited. I got to see all my friends who were cosplay guests. I sadly wasn't able to say hi.
No,
Well,
no.
I'll tell you how my weekend went. It
All
was
right.
it was
Well,
fun and crazy in a good way though, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but it was good overall.
yeah,
I was
but
only there for one day, so.
yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and just hear it. Legit John, what was your experience with Big Texas Comic Con?
yeah, so I love Big Texas Comic Con. So I've been going since 2019, and every year it's just something like a little niche is really good. And so I was really excited this year for Trish Stratus and Rose McGowan. So that was my mission. So Friday, I went for like a couple of hours. I got off work early, so I got to debut my Spider-Man 2099 cosplay. So on Friday, I know it's gonna be chilled, so I didn't bother to wear the face shell and the mask yet.
Mhm.
So I kind of want to show it off, see people and stuff like that. Saw Johnny Young Bosch's panel on Friday, which was really cool, and then Saturday was the long day for all of us. Like that's the most peak day, it's the longest hours. Yeah, longest hours of the day. And so I was helping out with Heroes and More. So that's a charity non-cosplay, well, non-profit charity group that I help out with like when I can and
Yeah.
stuff. And so I
Okay.
was balancing, okay, helping with them. We got to debut our Wreck-It Ralph group cosplay. So I got to be Fixie Felix. So this weekend was very casual clothes, which I loved. And then uh doing the photo off for Trish Stratus, and she was awesome. And then helping out, kind of going back and forth, running around, all that. And then Friday, it was a fun day, even though it was like super fast. Like I waited 2 hours in the celebrity area for signatures. So Rose McGowan was the first one. I got she signed my Planet Terror poster, which I was excited about. And then with Trish Stratus, I had her sign the photo op picture, the Funko Pop, and I got a picture with her. And then on top of that, I was like helping out with Heroes More for a little bit when I can. And then I went to go see Trish Stratus's panel, which was amazing. I got to like go on the line and say a question because I never do that. So it was like a first time for everything. And yeah, so I forgot to say, so Friday night was the San Antonio pub run as well. So I got to do that. And so since I already had planned that I was going to do the pub run and I was off today, it was last minute, but I actually booked the same hotel like I did a month ago for San Japan. And so that was really fun. And then I would say like the layout was very different this year because all the other years it's been the same. So last year and the previous years it would be like everything was in one like floor. And
Uh-huh.
so for a different perspective, it could have been like sensory overload because like, you're hearing the microphone, you're hearing the panel, you're trying to talk to people. That's kind of like a hot mess in my opinion. But then I'm glad this layout was different. So yes, like the panel upstairs was a little bit of a walk, but I like how the first floor was like the gaming area, the vendors, the celebrities, and then you had the big room which was upstairs for the panel. So like people that just are like sensitive to sound or people or whatever, they had that area to kind of like go away and like relax, and just kind of
Mhm.
just get back to reality in a sense. And then in the lobby area, they actually put the chairs and the tables like outside of the area, which was cool. So that was pretty cool. I was like, they have more room here. It's not so much loudness going on, like people can relax. So I would say like, well, they could have chosen a different panel room, but I like how they had the upstairs, like
Okay.
up there. And I guess I didn't know they had autograph like vouchers and stuff, but I didn't know about that. But yeah, I would say, well, for that, like communication and then just maybe a different panel room that was maybe closer to the escalator. But other than that, those were like my little nitpicks for it. But I loved it overall. So if they keep the same like layout for next year and then just kind of fine tune like those little like critiques, and let me get.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really interesting. It's like, each person has like a different perspective of their experience of the whole thing. And I think at the end of the day, I think we could all agree, communication is key. I mean, for
Hmm.
something like, waiting in line for a few hours just to find out, oh, this happens and this happens. You would think they would announce it ahead of time or at least post like postings or like on a sign or something like that. And Jace, you want to ask? Would you like to ask him a question, or would you?
I've run into an issue with like several conventions lately. Of like, how was the temperature at this point of year at this convention for it? Because the last couple I've gone to, it's been freakishly hot because ACs can't keep up. Did you notice that it was actually managed to keep up with the group, or was it just uncomfortable at any point?
It was really cold. When I was just there Saturday, I was freezing half the time, and I was in my Spider-Gwen that Saturday, so there was like no warmth.
Yeah,
Zero
for
chill.
Friday, I mean, like I had this jacket on. I was like doing like a casual like Power Ranger like civilian form.
Mhm.
I had the jacket on. I that was fine because again the AC was on, so I wasn't like sweating or anything. I had to like worry about like, oh, I gotta take the jacket off. But you know,
It's good as long as it's not like 90 degrees inside a building. I guess it's a good
Oh yeah,
convention.
for real.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Especially with the season, is changing a little bit. I know it's Texas; it's still a bit warm out there, but anything could happen between here and Texas.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about like bo.
Yeah, bo and all that
Uh,
stuff.
Still worry about it just
Yeah,
in case.
Just a little bit.
Just the case. And also, I just wanted to ask all three of y'all about Big Texas Comic Con. I know you guys had your nitpicks, and if you had an opportunity to give us suggestions, like what would you give out besides the nitpicks that you gave? Communication, all that stuff. Would there be like any additional ones you'd like to give? Like any suggestions you think they could improve next year?
I honestly didn't see too much as far as when it came to like other stuff to do.
Mhm.
I think primarily it was just like a few like Q&A panels, really. Um, I guess I could be just used to like San Japan where it's like there's like anything you can do you can think of. Um, where this one I kind of had quite a bit of like some time to like chill and relax, which I'm like kind of like surprised me in between like getting an autograph and then going to like panel right afterwards. So like for example, I went to go see Johnny Young Bosch. His line didn't take that long. I got there like at say like 1 o'clock, give or take. Um, I got done within like about 30-45 minutes. So I had like literally from 1 o'clock to like 5 o'clock, which is his panel start time. I had quite a bit of time to like kind of like free time to like walk around. And at one point, I kind of found myself, what else could I do? I'm not hungry. I mean, not much really else to do besides just like walk around, and that's really about it. So maybe like more stuff to do.
Okay. For legit John, would you like any suggestions you'd like to give them to the next for next year?
okay, and then before I answer, so my friend Andres that's in the private chat, I think has
Yeah,
everything set
she's
up, but just waiting for the.
yeah. It's just
But
currently is waiting for because Goku is still here. Just letting everyone know he's
yeah,
not on. Literally,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's still the host. So just give it a few minutes. Hopefully, we'll
Okay.
bring them in and introduce them and just rock and roll. But
I don't know. I think like if I'm trying to think of something, maybe just kind of just going with Green Arrow said, just maybe like some interactive stuff to do. I guess like in between because like with the schedule for the panels, it was kind of like a good time apart from each other. So it wasn't like an hour, like every hour on the hour. It may be
Mhm.
like 1 hour of a difference and then 2 hours later or something. So maybe just some filler stuff for like everyone to do. And especially like I mean I would say it's more like family friendly, I guess. So like kids are there too. So maybe stuff for like kids to do or like a kids area per se, just to kind of like keep time going by, I guess. But I guess I would say that I guess like just more filler stuff to do, like scavenger hunt or interactive stuff like on the phones or kind of kinesthetic stuff. I don't know, but I would say that as a suggestion.
Okay. Speaking of phones, actually, just real quick. Speaking of phones, how was the phone service in the convention center?
Oof, it sucks.
Oh my god! Like you have to like kind of like do the whole like have your phone in your hand, like did I get that
Uh,
message out? Nope, nope. Let me walk to the window.
I had okay signal, but not the greatest.
not the greatest.
No.
Yeah, I feel like that convention center that venue just sucks for like phones sometimes. It's like
Hmm.
I've been to San Japan several times. I've been to PAX. I could tell you that inside of there just really it's really
Hmm.
terrible. I kind of wish they kind of fix up on that, or at least have at least have good Wi-Fi too. That or
I
Yeah.
not
wonder,
restricted.
I wonder if they do that on purpose because I know that some convention centers will like block your signal so you can like buy their like Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
I don't know.
I don't know, but well, I guess we were talking about Big Texas Comic Con, but
yeah.
the San Antonio pub run was really fun. So it's a group in San Antonio, and they have a social media page. I know it's San Antonio Pub Run if it's Pub Run San Antonio, but once every Friday of every month they have like the groups that go, and so every month is a different theme.
Mhm.
So for San Japan, last month was gaming and anime, and then this past Friday, since it was the first Friday of the month, it was Halloween. So it was packed this time compared to last month, but I don't know because if it was just Friday, if it was just because the theme was Halloween, so people just dressed up as whatever, or I don't know. But it was a lot of fun though. So me and my friends, we did Mortal Kombat. So my friend Andres, that's in private chat for now, he was a Noob Saibot. So
Okay.
like the all black one, and then I was Sub Zero, and then our friends Tina was Melina, and then Crystal was Sindel. And we had another friend that was Katana as well. So it was fun.
Oh,
And
that's. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, anyway, okay. And Liv and Murray, would you like to? What kind of suggestions would you give Big Texas Comic Con next year for them to improve their stuff?
I would add on to the like the interactive stuff. It'd be awesome to do more of that and just better communication. That's pretty much it. I can't really like say much because I was only there for one day.
Mhm.
So I wasn't there all 3 days.
Right.
But what I experienced, those are just the two, is like it'd be nice to have more like interactive stuff, a little more panels that are like more like open to everyone.
Mhm.
It would have been nice to see the cosplayers do panels too.
That'll be
I don't know
cool.
if you,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys did it or not because I wasn't there, but it'd be cool to like have like a
Yeah.
cosplay panel, like have the cosplayers like do like one panel maybe or not. But
Yeah. Yeah, because all the panels this weekend it was just like for celebrities, so they had like a
mhm,
moderator or hostess, whatever, talking, and then
mhm,
they come, whatever. But that
yeah.
would be cool because I know like San Japan does that too, where they have
Mhm,
like people do like panels and cosplay do panels and stuff. So I think if they were to do that too, then I'll give them like that buffer time
mhm. Yeah,
before like
cause
the celebrities. But
yeah, cause during like the time of like people were waiting for the panels, like people were just sitting there. Not gonna lie, I saw a couple people end up falling asleep in the little chairs just waiting. So like I think maybe more interaction would be good.
yeah.
And I think that the what I saw is I don't think the cosplayers were properly promoted, and I wish they were because
Hmm.
I didn't even know some of my cosplay friends were even guesting until I was walking around. So I would add
Mm,
on to that,
yeah,
like
yeah. Like
give the
I feel.
cosplayers a
We
little
knew
more
some, but
attention.
it wasn't everybody. But we knew some and stuff. Like I knew some already that were gonna do it because they did it last year, and then some other ones I didn't even know that they were there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you. It's kind of a shame because like sometimes you would think that you would expect the convention to like promote them as much because I think with the convention in their mind they thought, okay, these cosplayers that we invite, these cosplay guests we invited, we expect them, I guess they expected them to promote them, but at the same time, obviously, some circumstances could happen. It would be nice if they help promote the cosplay guests as well, because sometimes the cosplayers, they have a life outside of it. Sometimes they may not be able to promote their stuff as planned as they wanted to. Some things could happen. And yeah, like you said, sometimes, more interactions, because most of these conventions, sometimes there could be like nothing else to do besides panels and the dealers and cosplay gatherings
Hmm.
and like, role playing and all that stuff. But I feel like there could be like there should be more to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would just be my only feedback. It's because like I'm not gonna lie, I said hi to my friends and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were a cosplay guest," type of thing, and I just felt bad. And I know
Yeah.
a lot. I was as I was walking around I was in the lines. I did overhear people asking like, "Hey, where are the cosplayers?" Like, "Oh, I'm here for this cosplayer and I haven't seen them," type of thing. And I didn't
Hmm.
know all that, and I just like I had to lead a couple people where it was, but other than that, that's what I wish because sometimes this is an actual cosplayer's job is guesting at these cons, and it kind of affects kind of the vibe a little bit. Like sometimes the cosplayers, I know from experience that when I've been guesting at I've guested at cons before, and no one knew I was even there, and I sent them pictures and everything, and they promoted me like once, and that was it.
Mm.
And I just had people who like come time, and a few friends of mine like, oh yeah, people were coming to my table saying, oh my gosh, I've been looking for you this whole time and I didn't even know where you were, type of thing. So
Yeah.
that's just it.
Yeah, because like especially with this layout too, like I know like the other years, like especially for the cosplay guests, they've been all over. Like this year they were kind of like the back left corner ish, and I think the last year before they were like kind of towards like the middle front, I guess, of it. So it just all just changes. So it's not like consistent. Like oh okay, they're gonna be on this side. I know okay, I can go. I know that they're over there like kind of thing.
Do
But
you,
I think oh sorry, am I and I think as well like it has the balance. So yeah, like okay, the Comic Con promoters, you know, obviously they're promoting like the celebrity guests, but then they have to equalize it too with the cosplay guests as well because they're guests regardless, you know, if they're celebrities or not. 'Cause, like that's what makes like the con, I guess. Like that's what they're there for. And then of course you gotta balance like the vendors. So if you have everything kind of balanced, then it'll work out. But if you have like uneven, like a lot of vendors and then a lot of celebrities, but then not a lot of cosplayers, and I don't know, you gotta balance it out.
right? Do you think for them it's the conventions like their mentality is like they have a sense of like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, or do you think maybe they should like experiment more like with the changes, or do you think oh if it ain't broke, just don't fix it, don't ruin a good thing?
That's a good question.
I was like, I don't know.
I would say it depends. My favorite word, it depends on the situation. Depends
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this,
Yeah.
depends on
case
that.
by
But
case.
that was a case by
Yeah.
case. I mean, they can
Okay.
always like I mean, if they want to be like real analytical, like whatever, they can always look at feedback from last
Mhm.
year's layout and the comments they got, and then depending what the survey said, you know, then they can have like an educated strategy. Like, okay, they were saying this, so we can try this for next year. Or if the layout was, you know, not the greatest for everybody across the board, then let's try to accommodate, you know, this certain layout for next year or something.
Okay. That's a lot. That's actually really thoughtful, you know, because sometimes like when a lot of these conventions, you know, sometimes they would send out a survey at the end,
Mm.
and most of the time either they do respond or they just like don't do it. It's like all right, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? So that's why
Right.
anybody out there who goes to conventions and they send out a survey, that's why we kind of like urge you to like you know give your thoughts and feedback because that's what they want to hear from the people. You know, they're
Right.
doing these conventions for you, you know, just give your thoughts. You know, sometimes criticism is okay, constructive criticism, you know,
Yes.
Mhm.
just don't criticize it for something like oh I arrived 30 minutes late and the panel was only lasted 30 minutes so it should be they should extend it for an hour for me or something like that. Just
Yeah.
don't be
Yeah,
Yeah.
realistic.
that's
Yeah, don't do that.
unrealistic.
Yeah,
That's
don't do that.
unrealistic. Yeah.
Yeah, but so on the overall side of Big Texas Comic Con, since we always give a score for most of these cons we talk about.
Mm.
Just want to go from each one of y'all. What would you rate this year's Big Texas Comic Con? Starting with Green Arrow.
Just make sure, like, is it like a 1 to 10 or 1 to 5?
Yeah, 1 to 10,
1 to
1
10,
being the worst, 10 being the
like
best.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No
Right.
decimals.
No
Oh no,
decimals.
you could do
Damn, we
decimals.
always do
I
You
was
could do
decimals.
decimals. You could just do, but it has to be like 0.5. You know, there you go.
Oh yeah, we know.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say like maybe like a good 8. Honestly, because again, it wasn't terrible. I was only there for Friday.
What's up?
So
Hey,
basically, hey, what's up?
Hey.
He's
Finally.
alive.
he's
That's
alive.
right.
He's been watching us the entire time. He's been Big Brother. He's been
Oh.
Big Brother.
No, like I
Yes,
was
yes.
watching y'all for like the first 10 minutes, and then it was like
Oh.
I had the phone. I'm like, please, if the phone accidentally turns off, I hope it doesn't cut off the damn stream.
Nah, I think
Dang.
we've been good.
Midstream, like, cut.
That's right. And check. The funding has run out. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. So anyway, we just wanted to give this. They wanted to give their scores on Big Texas Comic Con, and you were saying Green Arrow. Sorry, just
Yeah,
You came out at a good time.
yeah,
For
perfect
real.
timing.
Yeah, I'll just say like an 8. Again, like probably like an 8 or 7 because it was average for me. Nothing too like crazy happened. Just again like layout could have been better, and then also like just more things to do in between like autographs and panels. That would have been nice.
Okay. That's actually not too bad. Legit John, what would you give your rating for this year's Big Texas Comic Con?
Dang, I would say 8.5 only because I liked a lot the lineup this year. I felt like there was something for everybody. So not just a wrestler or actors, actresses, but there was voice actors. There was so in San Antonio there's a group I love called Kings of Horror. So it's like they do like spooky like thrillers, like so they get actors from like scary movies or thrillers. So they had a couple of like actors there too. So it's like a little bit for everybody, like a
Mhm.
specific niche, which I liked. And yeah, well, just from seeing my experiences earlier, like it was just really iconic for me just to finally meet my one of the few celebrities I really love, and I love Trish Stratus. Like I am a like I love WWE,
Stratisfaction.
so I grew up with her and
Yeah.
her and Lita. So
Mhm.
and
There
then
you
seeing
go.
Rose
Yeah.
McGowan as well. So it was cool just to kind of chat with the people there that I was in line with and just kind of reminiscing, oh, like what did you see when you were growing up or like when you saw them for the first time and all of that like nostalgic stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm really for the people I feel like. But I just that's what I liked about it this year. Like every year gets better, but especially like this year was so cool. But yeah, that's what I'm giving it at 8.5. So I just liked the variety of niche of like celebrities they had.
Okay. 8.5. And for Leva Marie, what would you give your rating for Big Texas Comic Con 2023?
For that, I would just give it maybe like a 6 because I was only there one day. 6.5. Like I said, I did have fun. But I just felt
Lot.
bad because like the whole like cash issue and like not only like, and I also felt bad for the cosplayers that said they didn't feel like they were promoted enough.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And just I overall I enjoyed it, but it was just super super cold. But other than that, that's all I can really say. But I had fun. I was excited. I got to meet the voice of Miles Morales because I love that movie and I love that character. And my husband was more excited because he is Puerto Rican and that was the first
Hey, let's
ever
It just
like,
go.
it just writes itself, Perfect.
yeah,
Oh,
like, and it's like
yay.
that was he's always loved Miles Morales because he always felt like it was good to actually have a Puerto Rican finally because
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
was enough. And I also was super super excited. I got to meet one of my favorite actors from like like legit, like I'm like geeking just talking about it.
No, it's okay.
I got to meet Freddy Krueger, and
Oh, that's
I
cool.
he was not the OG, but he was the one who fooled me that he was the OG, but he really wasn't. But oh, sorry, my camera, my
Nah, you're
camera
fine.
got blurry.
Hey, yeah, but
um,
even the actor for Miles Morales, his panel was good too. So I went in for like a
yeah,
few minutes, but it was good.
yeah. I unfortunately couldn't see the panel because I was, of course, like about to leave when it was about to start.
Mm.
But I had fun. It was awesome. I enjoyed meeting all the guests and everything. But yeah, I would definitely go back again. Hopefully I can make
Okay.
it all 3 days, but I just had no PTO, so
No, it's okay.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
adulting, yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had an 8.5 from Legit John,
Mhm.
a 6.5 from Evan Marie,
Mhm.
and Green Arrow gave it a 7, around 7, 8 ish. Okay, it's actually not too bad. So basically, on that average, it's like around a 7, 7.5 overall.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, and my friend on the desk that just joined, he was with me too for
Okay.
all the 3 days, so he can give his like commentary about
All
it.
right.
Can
All
y'all
right,
hear? Can y'all hear
Andres.
me?
But
I
you got me, but
love the anime waifu behind you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
mean to
you're
cut
good,
you
you're
off.
good.
Which
Okay.
one? You know, I got
Two-
one over there. I got
The one
over
right
there.
next
Oh,
to you.
that's
the second-
that's
It's Marin.
right? Yeah,
Before he
Marin.
gives his
Marita.
review and score, I want to give this mole a 9 out of 10. Still
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mole.
Hold on the way.
Our food falls apart, but we still love him. We still love him. Yeah.
Mole.
Yeah.
So
And then,
Andres.
okay, so when you comment, make sure you talk about everything 'cause I talked about from Friday to
I meant
Sunday.
mole. I said menudo, right? I meant mole. My bad. My bad.
Mole.
I'm eating. I haven't eaten all day today. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Nah, go ahead. And so, Andres, you went to Big Texas Comic Con. Want to give your thoughts and also give your score for this year's convention?
So this was the first time I've ever been to Big Texas Comic Con, and I
I'm
mean,
surprised.
compared to all the other cons that I go to, like San Japan and Anime Matsuri, I go to a lot of more Houston-based cons,
Okay.
and so when I went to Big Texas Comic Con, it was new to me because I've gotten so used to San Japan having all the areas open.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
seeing how they used one section of the building was kind of new to me. Of course, the layout was different, and so and back to what y'all were talking about earlier about the phone service, and I was like, okay, I've noticed that the building that they had that area for the con was more of the older building,
Mhm.
and I don't know, maybe the reception was bad because of all the like the old school concrete walls they had in that section of the building. But overall, the con was pretty good. But I would have to rate it like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
My key points would be like I had issues trying to navigate through like where these like cosplay meetups would be. So like at 12 o'clock
Yeah.
they would have the Marvel meetup, and then they had a Star Wars meetup, and they had all these different fandom meetups. But the pamphlets they gave out gave the schedule, but never gave the location or where they were going to have them. And you would have to like have an ear out for the PA saying, "Oh, it'll be at the front," or "It's going to be at this place."
Like
And
kind
there's
of like
just so
Find
much.
Waldo, in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or
So
it's
it
like
was
it's
kind of
like
hard to navigate.
yeah, it's kind of like trying to look for like a treasure map, like treasure.
Yeah.
So that's my take on
Okay,
Big
8.
Texas Comic Con.
Okay, so basically with those four, based on average, it's like a 7, 7.5 out of 10 for Big Texas Comic Con.
You got to remember, guys, that we have a really high standard for our scaling system.
Yeah.
Very. I think only 2 cons out of the 300 that we've been to have ever gotten anything past 8.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
And with that being said, though, they are in the top 15.
Yeah, Big Texas Comic Con gets a 7 out of 10 from Geeks 5 Ever.
Let me talk. I do want to mention something about this past weekend was the first weekend for the Texas Renaissance Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The first weekend is in the books. We should have the official attendance numbers, I think, by tomorrow.
Wow.
But I will say this: I was walking around as Elmo and Cookie Monster the weekend,
Yeah.
and this
Well,
guy.
yeah, might as well give your opening weekend thoughts.
So I didn't go into fair because I was like sweating like a Mexican in the costumes at night, despite the fact that it was like 50 degrees. Those things are not breathable at all.
No.
So I'm walking to Nottingham because I love that crew. I'm trying to become a prospect, which I qualify for.
Mhm.
And I'm walking down. This guy pulls over, like, "Hey," he's asking us 20 questions. Like, "Hey, what are y'all doing? Why are y'all dressed up like this?" And yada yada. We start striking a conversation. I tell him, "Yeah, we're also here as I'm also here as a podcaster to talk about the weekend, the event, everything, yada yada yada." He's like, "Really?" Like, "Yeah, we applied for press here, but I never got a reply, which is kind of shitty because
Kinda lame.
even if it's a denial or approval, you should get some kind of response."
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And he hands me a business card. "Hey, here you go. I'm the media director for the Texas Renaissance Festival. Come to my office and we'll go ahead and come to the media center and we'll have a meeting."
Wow.
Hey.
I was like, "Oh, Okay. So
There we go.
you're the fucking guy I have a problem with.
Damn.
Yeah, because want to give a little quick note on that for anybody. Like when you're applying for, it just sucks whenever when you're applying for like press or like a panel, and it kind of sucks that sometimes like the manager or the manager's social media or like emails or that kind of department, they kind of like ghost you or something like that. And I get it, people are busy and all that, but like when it comes to like crunch time, you know what I mean, you would think that okay, you know, to at least give it like an automatic or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be respectful.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say it was interesting meeting him, and I didn't get a chance to meet with him in the fair because I lost all motivation to go inside Ren Fair. The actual festival part, Saturday, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was like really tired and really lazy. So
Just
I went
drained.
I went to sleep like around 5 or I went to sleep at 6
What?
and woke up
Oh, wow.
at 10.
Wow.
Man, got a lot of sleep.
That costume exhaustion will get you.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, and then my
Yep.
friend's like, Box of Props Mario was with us. He's like, hey man, what time did you get back? I don't know. The sun was coming up, so I figured it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
he's like, are you drunk? No, I'm just frustrated from drinking all night.
I'll be going next weekend.
Wow.
I will say this: the campgrounds doesn't like the first weekend is not normally. It's like Pirate Weekend and the final weekend
Oh,
are
yeah.
the biggest weekends.
Yeah.
Barbaric
So-
Invasion's a big one too.
Yeah,
So-
I love going to Barbarian weekend. That's when I go.
We want all of our followers, all of our guests, everyone to come out to Ren Fair and hang out with us. We're in row 15. We're in the rows. We're in row number 15. It's right across the street, literally from where the bonfire is located in the campgrounds.
Got it. There
Don't
you
be
go.
coming over and stealing my shit though.
No stealing.
I got I got nothing of value. Nothing. Well, we're gonna come and steal your beer. Gone. We're gonna steal your alcohol, cheap
You're
alcohol.
gonna steal your money.
We're gonna steal your canopy. I stole that. No, it was fun. I had a blast. It was cold. I was prepared for that.
Oh yeah.
It was definitely a great weekend. I really enjoyed it. So I want to invite everyone that does go out to the campgrounds to come hang out with us. And yeah, I mean we got 7 more weekends left, guys, of the Ren Fair.
Looking to be a big weekend, you know, a big festival this year, you know.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Keyblade Sonic for taking over. I was actually on the road on my way back, and he did a
Yes.
great job. We were listening. I was like judging the shit out of you while we were in the car.
Yeah, I was like
Damn.
pressure's on. I was like, oh god, I hope I don't screw up. Hope I don't butcher. You know what I mean? I was like sweating from the inside. I was like, guys, oh my god, please.
Just don't mess
That's
up
right.
your own name.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Beyblade Mario. No, that's Dork 6 always.
Hello, everybody. I'm Chronic the Hedgehog. I mean Sonic.
I'm,
Sonic.
I'm Keybone Blonic. Oh, damn it.
I am Sanic the Keychain.
Sanic.
Keychain Sanic, and then here's
Keychain
my host.
Sanic.
Here's my host, Mace.
Mace from Dork Six always. No, yeah, thank you so much for taking over, man. It's been a hell of a weekend. You know, lots of things going on. We will talk about it post show, and actually, we're gonna start doing like a post show thing, like I don't know, maybe we'll think about it.
We'll think about
this
it.
is for
So,
next year. This is for next year, though.
Yeah, we're seeing if anybody would be interested in watching like post-show scrum
Bloopers.
That's the best way to say it, the post-show scrum. If you wanted to see what we do, like what we talk about outside of it, you know what I mean? Maybe an exclusive or like a Patreon or a OnlyFans. We'll see. Stay tuned.
I will say this: I got my first racist comment of the season.
What?
Ooh.
Damn.
Yeah. So like, because we're talking about Hispanic heritage, we are here celebrating Hispanic heritage. That's right. Our Hispanic nerds, geeks, cosplayers, influencers, you know, people that just chill on the couch and just get high all day and watch TV.
Yeah, this is for y'all.
Living the dream. So I was at the bonfire Saturday night as Cookie Monster, and everybody's fucking loving it, scaring the shit out of a couple adults because you know there's nothing scarier than a grown man in a costume. Cookie, and I was Mexican Cookie Monster. I was like, Cookie, orale. And so when I was Elmo though, I can't do Elmo's voice. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like,
It's like
they're like Elmo. I'm like, sup, and they're like, what happened to your voice? What happened to your voice, Elmo? 30 years of cigarettes will do that to you.
Elmo had 30 years of cigarettes. That's what Elmo says. Don't do anything.
That's right. Yeah, I was off the clock, Elmo.
Off the clock.
But
Bad
so
Elmo.
this lady calls me over as Cookie Monster. She's like, "Come here." I'm like, "What's up?" And she's like, "Hey, so don't you think why are you dressed as Cookie Monster?" I'm like, "Why not?" She's like, "Don't you think it's a little offensive to be dressed up as Cookie Monster at the Renaissance Festival?" And I was like,
me no take offense.
I'm like, oh no, the conversation gets like really bad really fast. I'm like, what do you mean? Because I was being really nice. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh yeah, because this isn't Comic Con. I'm like, obviously.
That's when you can give her a whole spiel
No.
Yeah,
about
people
how
still
you're the
dress
mythical, medieval Cookie Monster. You're mythical, so it
And
fits
she's
in
like,
fantasy.
you should be dressed like in Renaissance clothing. I'm like, come on. I'm like, come on. I'm literally like, I'm a Mexican guy in a costume at a Texas Renaissance Festival. What am I gonna possibly wear? And she's like, oh, okay, I see. Oh, I know what kind of person you are now.
Oh my!
You're one of them.
Wow.
Okay.
One of them.
I'm like, okay, no, I snapped at her. I was like, okay, bitch, this isn't why you asked me why am I here? This isn't Comic Con. Well, this isn't a nursing home, so I don't know why the fuck you're here.
Would she expect you to wear like a conquistador outfit or something?
I know, like, what you want me to come in here dressed like Nacho Libre and wrestle a dragon?
In a mariachi outfit, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean that's kind of
put on this Mayan outfit.
Cortez
I'm like,
over here.
I'm like, last time I checked, bitch, dragons and fairies are not Renaissance.
Boom.
Yeah, that's what they don't want to. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah, like pirates. Really, you think that's Renaissance? You don't
obviously
don't know shit.
She probably doesn't know what Renaissance is.
Yeah,
no,
she just thinks medieval.
Are people?
No,
really
I legitimately said to her, "This isn't a nursing home, so I don't know why you're here."
And then what did you say?
And she like, it went south real quick. She instantly became like the least popular person at the bonfire.
Yeah, I mean,
she messed around and found out.
So you're dressed as an old person. They didn't
Texas
live back
Renaissance
then, so shoot, go away.
Spirit, you should have done the shame. You know, have the bell.
Yeah, no, she
her.
was. Look, she was middle aged. She's got plenty of shame.
You should have called her a Karen.
Nah, dude, I called her old. That's the best insult.
Just straight up, you're old.
You're old.
Old.
What are you
OLD,
doing?
old.
So, shouldn't you be eating supper?
The senior special.
The senior special.
You're gonna miss Matlock if you don't hurry up.
You're
home.
gonna miss the Lubies.
Wheel of Fortune.
The bus is about to leave back to the nursing home. You better catch up.
Golden Meadows.
Nah, but the fact that happens, it's really it's pretty sad because sometimes like you would expect to be open. It's so interesting because there's always like people wearing like Marvel costumes or like especially when there's like superhero weekend,
Star Trek.
Exactly.
Star Trek, they wear
Link.
Star Wars and all that stuff, and it's like you would think, okay, why are you gatekeeping? Oh, you targeting this person? It's like that's kind of messed up. You know what I mean? It's like it's so surreal that happened.
I agree. The gatekeeping is complete bullshit out there. You don't really see a lot of like Aztec warrior cosplayers. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Nemu, I saw somebody do. I hope I'm saying it right. The recent character in the last Black Panther movie.
Oh, Namor.
Namor?
Yeah, so I seen somebody do that.
Namor. Yeah.
Namor.
I used to call him Numor, and I realized it was wrong. I was like, God damn it. It feels so bad.
Yeah, I said it wrong too at first. No more love for the humans. I'm like,
yeah.
No more.
I wouldn't be surprised if, because that guy was from Houston and he went to Comic Palooza, so I wouldn't be surprised if, like, I would see him there.
Yeah, imagine doing it like
that'd be really cool. Like, hey, man, he's a down to earth guy. Like, hey, man, let's go hit up a taco truck. I would love to meet him.
Go to the Spaniard section of a Renaissance.
Yeah.
Shit, ain't no such thing. Otherwise, I would have found it by now.
Well, there is.
There is. Okay.
Yeah.
I like how, like, so you look at the Renaissance back then, and you look at it now. It's definitely becoming more inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
There was a ton of gatekeeping when it comes to like what you could wear, and like
you're supposed to be in character and all that.
And so, like, the first time I auditioned for a job, I actually went to their job fair, And the guy's like, I applied to work the rides, but then I applied at a shop. It was a salesman job. And he's like, okay, so can you like, what is your best pirate impersonation? I'm like, Vato, I'm Mexican. I am a pirate. I pirate boots,
You're a
belt,
cartel.
purses, películas, CDs,
Bootleg.
bootleg, like
Yes.
piracy, Vato. Actually, like,
Yes.
mira, tócale, cocodrilo, tócale. And he's like, he started laughing. He's like, well, okay, since we're trying to draw more people into the shop, is there like we want to draw more Hispanic people into the shop? Is there? Can you think you can actually help us? I'm like, fuck yeah, I can help you. Just go outside and yell golazo. Here come 50 Mexicans. Who's playing? Who's playing?
Wait,
For
where?
real.
Who's playing? I didn't know there was a game today. And then here come the wives. Oh, mira, look, está bonito. Touch it. Mira, I want it. If you don't buy it, if you don't buy it,
I
he's gotta
love
go.
that. I'm here for
Yeah, and if you don't buy it, he's got to visit the in-laws on Sunday,
Damn.
and that's when he's like, "How much? 40. Son of a bitch."
Yep.
Yeah, no, he's laughing his ass off, bro. I got the job, but I had to turn it down because that was right around the time I found out I was gonna be a dad. So I wanted to not. I wanted to be available on the weekends just in case my baby mom, I guess, is the term I can think of right now, needed me.
Oof.
So it was funny though. I love like there's a lot of people at Renaissance that are just amazing, bro.
Mm.
There's just some sticks in the mud that are just like, I can't believe he wore that.
I
I'm
want
like,
to
I
say
mean,
that's partially because of where it's that other town that's near there. You
Right.
know what I'm talking about?
yeah, Todd.
You know what-
Yeah,
Country
yeah,
Mission, yeah.
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 Todd Mission's population is 100 and something, right? There are more people staying in the campgrounds than the people actually live in the damn town.
Yeah.
The owner of the Renaissance is also the mayor.
Wow.
You know he's got money because that railroad that goes through his campgrounds.
Yes.
That's where he
Making
gets
that-
his money from.
He's
The go-
making that dough.
The government pays him for that.
One of the stops is actually his house.
Gotta go home.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Dude,
surprised.
Free train rides.
There's a long, fancy driveway with like a brick like wall. It's all fancy looking. I bet you that's where he lives.
I bet you if he really wanted to, he could have Renaissance and then just make another theme park, just Western World, and have that train part of it.
Yeah. Oh.
Very smart.
Oh, that's a good idea. You better write that down.
Dear Mayor,
Copyrighted.
Dear Mayor Townsville.
And they would have
That
gun-
sounds
they
no.
would not they would be on the beat if I mentioned the word gun show at a Western theme park.
Oh, bro, that is one thing. Like, if you're very political sensitive, I would not go to the campgrounds. I'm just gonna say that I would
Oh, no.
not go
Just
to
a
the
head,
campgrounds.
just a heads up for anybody out there.
I've
If
been there
you,
last year. It was fun for Pirate Weekend, though.
Right, it's great, but if you're like sensitive to like politics, like, because you know how people have signs and flags for their favorite politician, a certain politician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is very apparent.
When you go there, yes.
Yeah,
You see
Yeah.
the flags on the fences and everything.
yeah.
a lot of Brandon
Who's that?
fans.
Yeah, a lot of there's one that says Joe and Ho. One says Joe J-O, like, and then it says Ho, go home. Got it. It says Joe and Ho gotta go, and I was like, who's the Ho? And then it took me a minute, and I was like, oh god damn it.
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of them like that. There's even one. It was like they showed the a mug shot, if you know what I mean. And it says "Never surrender." I'm like, didn't he surrender to get that mug shot? I mean, I'm
Not
just
to mention
saying.
that-
you know?
I will admit that was a pretty clean. That was like that's the kind of mugshot you see on like a CD from back in early 2000s.
It's a
Hell
crazy
yeah.
mixtape.
Hey, you can't go to any gas stations around there without seeing the "I did that" sticker.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I love I'm scared shitless of small towns, but I love them at the same time because they give no fucks.
Yeah,
No,
some of
they
them just
don't.
don't care. They're like, all right, we got nothing to lose. Nobody's gonna care about what we say. We're gonna just do this.
Nike,
Uh,
just do it. Yeah.
But like it's crazy. Like It's very friendly. People are very friendly. They're not as like everyone has their own political standpoint, which we
Mhm.
won't get into, but people are friendlier than you would imagine. There's a lot of like
Yes.
horrible stereotypes, like oh, if you vote for this political party, then you're a bigot. That's not the case. That's just like the stupidest people are always the loudest.
Yeah.
Like if we were really to prioritize everybody that stood on certain political parties, each party would only probably have like 10 people at most.
Hmm.
But yeah, I love it. It's fun. But if you're sensitive to like politics, just I would just not.
Yeah.
I think
I
the
would go,
key.
but I would be prepared.
I think the key thing when going to any, like, especially Texas Renfrew, because I know exactly what he's talking about. Just think everything is satire, because if you think that way, then you shouldn't have an issue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is satire, because there's even some shows in the Texas Renaissance where they'll make fun of topics like that because it's part of the show.
Hmm.
But some people get like butthurt about it, and
Oh,
it's
I
like, dude,
got some
it's
of.
satire. It's satire, man.
I met a group of people that are hardcore fans of his, and I was making jokes like I fucking love that guy because he's entertaining. Like I hate him as a person, but I love the way he does his speeches. Let me tell you something, okay? I know everything there is to know about cock and penis. I am the best when it comes to cock and penis. All the experts out there say that I am the best out there. Like so, like they were fucking laughing their ass off because they get it. They're out there to have a good time. They're out there to have fun,
Yeah.
and like it's great. So like definitely, I do have. There's a reason why though I'm bringing up the Renaissance more though. I would be really careful out there, guys. Um, so there was this couple that got roofied inside.
Oh.
So this is the crazy part.
Oh,
In the
God.
campgrounds, like not that much like bad shit happens, but it's mostly people like fucking bath salts or some stupid ass drug.
Mhm.
But in like inside the fair, this couple, it was they were roofied and I believe there's a whole story behind it, but they found the boyfriend face down in a ditch,
Oh my God.
unconscious. So they had to
This
take him to the
past weekend?
hospital. Yes,
Oh,
Wow.
Oh my
Damn.
God.
and
wow. I'm about
bad
to go
shit does
next
happen.
weekend.
Hey,
So,
come say hi.
yeah. I mean, I'm back to back. I go back to back.
I have a camping season pass, so my shit's there all season.
Nice. But yeah,
So
that's crazy that happened.
It happens. It happens more in the festival side. I don't know if saying
Like-
all this shit is
Like
gonna get us.
in the actual like.
I think
fort?
so. So inside the festival they took drinks from strangers.
Well, there's your problem.
Right in the campgrounds, like it's a little because people tend whenever they offer you drinks, they'll tend to drink from it first and then hand it to you. So that's how you know. Like that's a universal sign that hey, there's nothing in it that's gonna fuck you up. Obviously, alcohol's in it, but like you have to be careful. There are people out there that are taking more fucking shrooms than Super Mario and climbing a pine tree to pick a coconut that doesn't exist.
Nah. I remember one year.
Who would ever
some
do
guy
that?
literally pitched his tent to look like a circus, like
Oh,
those
I-
carnival tents.
Yeah.
Like, dude went all out and had he had his own bar in there.
There's a
It's not what I thought when you said pitch.
that's
a tent.
not that's not what I thought either. There used to be a karaoke camp. There used to be a mature audiences only, folks. There used to be a camp that had a glory hole.
I'm not surprised. I'm not
And there's
surprised.
There's a bondage camp. There's a bondage camp where they tie BDSM.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
like holy shit.
Isn't there like a?
Isn't
there
there
like
a store in there too for that? They
That's
sell
outrageous.
It's
Tell me where it is so I can avoid it.
in leather all up in Renaissance.
Yeah.
So there's
is there like-
Nottingham where they do it, but they do it in a private quarters, and then there's there's a camp that only shows up one weekend per year, and they have it like if you walk in there, it's like a strip club but with leather.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wait,
Is Nottingham spelled with a K?
No. No,
You would think it would.
that Nottingham's cool. If you guys go check out Nottingham, make sure you say Pikachu sent you,
Hey.
or Jesse sent you, and they'll know who I am. But yeah, no. When it comes to being Latino Hispanic, going out there was pretty scary at first, but people are definitely like welcome. Actually, people resonate to me more when I'm in the Poncho and Sombrero than when I'm Elmo or Cookie Monster.
Yeah, because if anything, like your poncho sombrero is like the staple, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's really, like all the other clients are like, Mexico, hey, get this man a beer. He's sweating like he just got back from the Home Depot. I'm like, fuck you. And I'm like, fuck you. He said, and then he's like, so you don't want the beer? I didn't say all that. Right? So yeah, no, it was definitely fun. I didn't mean to go on a rant about the Renaissance because I had a great time. I had a great time. I have so much to share, but that's gonna be post show. So yeah, Hispanics, woo!
Yes.
Órale.
Sounds good.
Chase is honorary Hispanic. He eats tamales.
Yeah,
I like
he's
one white
invited.
person
He's
on
invited. No,
screen right
he's
here.
invited to get. He's invited to the cookout for fajitas.
He's invited. Yes.
He's invited to the net.
I'm secretly
No, actually,
Mexican.
he's invited to the 1-year-old's birthday party, and they're gonna talk about La Terreno for like 3 fucking hours outside.
As long
drinking beer.
as he doesn't dip his tamales in ketchup.
Yeah, you're good. You're safe.
Ew,
We're
gross.
good. We don't do that. Here.
Whoa! Hold on. Wait, stop. Whoa! That's a thing.
No,
Yes.
that's a real.
Yeah.
I've had
seen
white
it.
friends do
I've
it.
seen it
And I'm
too.
like, what are you
I've seen it.
doing? If
I've seen it
anything,
in California.
And you
where
kicked
if
them out,
anything,
right?
get
I've never
salsa
seen
and
that
pour it
in
in there.
person.
Don't get ketchup.
I
and
will
dip it.
say this about white folk. Everybody says they don't use seasoning, but that's what cheese is for.
Jesus,
Yeah, no,
that's-
seriously. When y'all literally
Ooh,
will add
OBJ.
more cheese before you season the shit.
This doesn't taste good. Could it be that there's not enough cheese? I don't know. Let's add some
I
more.
had a friend who complained that he got a what do you call it, quesadilla with too much cheese. I'm like, that's all it's
What?
supposed to
They're
be.
not your friend anymore.
For real.
Damn.
No,
Good
like my friends I gave them fajita steak. They're like, what is this? It's fajita. It's fajita. It is. Is it just me? I'm like, is it? No, it's fajita steak. Like, because most people don't see fajita that's not chopped up.
Yeah.
So we just made. My dad cooked chicken and fajita steak last night, and I gave him a piece of the fajita steak.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the hell?
Yeah. So, one of our in the comments, Pachinko says ketchup on tacos. That sounds like no sabo, kids.
Probably.
As always, it is the perfect evolution of beard growth. Okay, here we have another comment right here. My associate's friend Ross won a mini autographed Cyberpunk Edge Runners poster. Oh, speaking of Ross, Box of Props Mario was there,
Yeah.
and he had a great time. I think he was a little disappointed that I didn't go inside with him to the festival.
You
I
never
took
go
a
inside.
nap. I was gonna go in this time, but I took a nap, and that was much better use of my time
Yeah.
because yeah, some stuff happened. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was
No,
a great
it
weekend.
happens. Yeah.
Plus, I didn't have like for those of you that tried to reach out to me, I apologize. I didn't have my cell phone with me at all because every time I take my cell phone to Renaissance, I break it. So this year, I'm trying to survive the end of the season before I
Without a
get
broken
because
phone.
well, I have to swap it out anyway
Oh.
because I already broke it.
What did you do?
It doesn't open all the way anymore, and
I
it
heard
doesn't
that
open,
crunch.
and the it's like I don't know if you can tell, but it does that shit now.
I heard a crunch. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
It's supposed
Yeah.
to be like it's supposed to be flat,
Right.
but it
It
does.
sounded like a crunchy taco for a second. I was like,
It do-
these
it-
tacos.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that heard it too. I heard it.
Yeah,
crunch.
so I haven't.
Yeah.
I don't open it anymore. So and the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on it don't work.
Oof.
Man.
What did you do to this phone?
Exactly. What do you
So
do?
Did you
I-
like
so I
hammer
heard-
it,
I
or,
heard
like-
that it can get dirty right here on the spine, so I ran like a little thing to try to clean it. And when I did that, suddenly the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth stopped fucking working. So I'm so glad I got the goddamn insurance.
Oh yeah.
Warranty.
My-
Damn.
I know. I was like, instead of fixing it, I made it worse. So
That doesn't
Mexican.
happen.
That crunching noise is like the Wi-Fi part that's now loose. It's
Right.
like- Sounds expensive.
Plus, I gotta go see a damn dentist this week because I broke one of my I chipped a tooth.
What did you do?
Sounds like
It seems
more
like
shit.
First it was your
like you
phone,
live a
now it's
movie
your
at Ren
tooth.
Fair.
I
You're like
somebody
toothless.
like
Oh my
I was
god.
like I was trying to be I was being a jackass. I was like I'm tough. You know what I had for breakfast? Rocks, and then I grabbed like a rock and it broke my tooth.
I thought you were like trying to open like a beer with your teeth. Like,
Well, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that was fine.
That's
I
what
had
I
a
was thinking
cavity
too.
anyway. I had a cavity anyway, so I had to go get it, like go to the dentist anyway.
Wow.
But like the whole weekend, I'm like, fuck. They're like, why don't you smile? I'm not smiling right now.
Yeah, not today.
mad.
Give me a month. Let me get some.
A
Let me go to the
month.
dentist first. Yeah, because I'm gonna try to go this week, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna take like 2 visits to get that tooth fixed.
Damn.
Or
Oh.
maybe a specialist too.
All the
Yeah.
laughing gas.
All of it. Hey, just pour alcohol down my.
Just down
And
your
like we
throat.
had some car trouble, so I had to be Mexican mechanic and fix the car, and it was
Wow.
it was definitely an interesting weekend. I can just
That's
say
what it
that.
sounds
There's a
like.
lot more. There's a
Right.
lot more than happened, but like yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But so we decided to do this Hispanic Heritage Month special because we were originally going to do it about Eddie Guerrero and Selena, but
Yeah.
I'm like,
Let's
as much
expand
as
on it.
yeah, let's expand because we have an entire community, and we brought up the fact that like think about like look at characters like Namor and Miles Morales. Like we
Yeah.
don't have a lot of like Latino Hispanic representation.
And also like to add to that, Goku, sorry to interrupt you on that, because speaking of that, I did finally get to see Blue Beetle a few weeks
Hey.
ago.
I have yet to watch it.
I haven't
So
seen it either,
I
so
wanna
don't
I
feel
will
bad. Don't feel bad.
I will say this, it's actually really good, and there's like a lot of moments where it's like he's just like me for real, like our family's like that. It's like it's so like
It's all about
painfully
family.
accurate. Yeah, no, it's literally it was literally about it was really good. I liked it, and it was such a shame that it was like this is like it's a big deal because it's like a Hispanic superhero. People wanted that on the big
Mhm.
screen,
Yeah.
and it's such a shame. Like the marketing and like obviously the writer's strike didn't help either because obviously they couldn't do much with the marketing and all that stuff. But I actually liked it. It was really good. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of emotional moments, especially for
Mhm.
people from the Hispanic culture. There's a lot of moments where it's like, okay, that's understand. I could see where that's coming from. I understand that. I get it. And so a little background on it. I went to see it with my girlfriend for her birthday. So I saw the movie. I was getting there was a lot of moments I got emotional. I actually kind of like shed a couple of tears. And my
Me too.
girlfriend, unfortunately, she's of Asian descent, so she doesn't like understand why I'm upset about it. So I'm like, you don't get it, babe. You don't get it. You wouldn't get it.
You ever had to explain the
Hispanic
chancla to like a friend or a significant other?
Yeah, when you gotta explain that to somebody, explain that to them.
I feel like the chancla is a universal language though, because
At this point now,
it's either the chancla, the sandal, or the hanger.
The belt.
Or
No, that's
the
the belt.
spatula.
the spatula
Ah.
now,
Or the mano. The
or
mano.
the
Yeah.
mano.
or the TV cord.
Parents in all
Or-
cultures have been
or
beating their kids for
expect-
generations.
Or it's to the point, and also like, or if you have to explain them, it's like, okay, listen, you don't understand. Please make sure you get the lettuce. Don't get the repollo. Get the lechuga, please. Don't get the cabbage because I don't want them yelling at me. Because if I hand it to them,
Bro,
I'll be like,
I fucking did that once. I went to the store, my
No.
mom was like, get the lettuce, and I came back with a fucking cabbage because I had no fucking idea what I was doing. And she fucking beat me with the fucking
got
spatula.
up on my ass about it.
Damn.
Move
Yeah,
your hand. Move your hand.
Yeah, or then also you're playing Xbox, and then all of a sudden they're like,
Pause
hey,
the game.
turn off the Nintendo, and it's like it's Xbox,
Yeah.
not Nintendo. or they would just or that moment where they're like, hey, clean up your room. We're having guests. We're having family coming over para comer fajita and all that. I'm like, who's
Like,
coming in the
Dude,
room?
I made one more Renaissance story because we're talking about chanclas and like things that people hit us with. So me and this one dude really bonded. This guy he had like traditional like I don't know the tribe, but it's a traditional African tribe like garb.
Yeah.
And it was cool. We were talking. I was in my Pancho and Sonora. We were talking like, yeah, we I dress like this because there's not a lot of representation. Like, yeah, same. So we're talking, and so we're at Nottingham. I don't know if y'all guys know what flogging is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so my friend starts like whipping, like doing the whip thing. And they did it near us, behind our back. We both jumped out of our own skin and started picking cigarette butts off the ground.
Wow.
It took us like 30 seconds to realize what the fuck just happened.
You got
Homeboy's like, oh,
flashbacks to your
homeboy's like,
mom.
yeah, for real. Like, homeboy's like, my
Vietnam flashbacks.
ancestral, all the memories of my ancestors kicked in. I'm like, shit, mine too.
You ever had like your dad or your mom get the belt and then go bah, bah,
Yeah.
like to threaten to whip you?
Start
Yeah.
threatening to whip you. Next thing you know, you're outside picking oranges and shit. Like, fuck. So like they're fucking laughing at like the fucking fact that we like got to work as soon as because they didn't do that shit on purpose. They were getting ready to start flogging people. Oh my god, there was one girl that was just completely naked that went up there, man. No, just a
What?
grass skirt. No, nothing else.
Wow.
So
Nothing.
that guy you were talking about from the African tribe, is he the one that carries the spear and the shield too? Because I think I've seen that guy before.
Yeah, but that guy's taller. He had the same shit, but the guy you're talking about was a little bit taller.
There's two of them because one of them, like one of them's taller, but the other one does kind of. I don't know what that like their thing is. It's like tattoos, but it's like skin like tags.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
That guy had him.
Okay, no, he didn't have it. He didn't
Okay.
have it. But he like they've been inspiring more people to do that.
And he's like completely just in sandals and like he's like got everything on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it. Like, oh my god, if you go out there barefooted, bless your heart.
No, don't go out there barefooted.
No.
No, enough about Renaissance.
Different
Because
podcast.
it's if I go any further with the stories, it's gonna get mature to R. Or not
Mature,
R. I'm
yeah.
sorry, X-rated.
Oh,
Because-
Yeah. It's gonna go from rated M to rated AO.
That's the After Dark podcast.
Once we get started on those stories, Captain Banana Peel has to get out of here because they're inappropriate for him. Banana Peel, the podcaster dude, the YouTuber guy that we talked about who got cancel cultured and he hates cancel culture.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know something.
If you know, you know from our early
you know.
podcast.
From our Discord. That's why you got to join the Discord. We got
Special
all
kind
the
of
tea in
vitamin.
there. We have
Wow.
so much tea that the people that run anime used to join the Discord to see what tea we had.
Some good stuff going on here.
I was there
Damn.
too.
Yeah, fresh tea for everybody.
That's right. We got sweet
And,
and unsweet.
And it was funny because earlier we were talking about how Hispanic Heritage Month. We were going to talk about Eddie Guerrero and Selena. I was reminded that it was on this day. It was actually the birthday of Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was actually 18 years ago today. It was on October 9, 2005. It was actually his last pay-per-view, which was actually at the Toyota Center in Houston.
Wow.
And I was just reminded of that. I was like, wow, it's been that long.
I was there at the Toyota
Yeah,
Center.
I was there too. And it was sad as the roll. Hey, who would have thought?
After the pay-per-view is over, like after they stopped broadcasting, Batista had the backstage people bring out a cake and
Yeah.
sing Eddie happy, like the entire arena sang happy birthday to Eddie.
Aww.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
so that was a cool moment. I actually remember that really vividly because once it's off the air, they're like, oh, they could just mess around and all that if they wanted to, and then they just did that. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then not knowing that would be the last time we were seeing him live, I was like, damn, bro. Just thinking about it now, it's like,
Well, not live, but that was the last
Live,
pay-per-view
yeah.
fight. Yeah, his
live.
last pay-per-view fight.
yeah.
It was an honor to see his last opportunity to try to get the world title.
Yeah, that was a great match too. I actually remember rewatching it. I was like, oh wow, this is actually a really good show from what I remember.
I was there and I was like, let's go, Eddie. And then somebody started chanting, Eddie sucks. Eddie sucks. And then other people started joining him. And I literally yelled, fuck you, guy. Fuck you.
Hell no.
I
He's my hero.
was 17 at the time. I was a senior in high school.
He was 7. My God, I was in 6th grade, so I was a 6th grader. in middle school. So surreal. It's like, wow, feeling old, you know.
When I graduated, I wasn't 18 yet. I had to wait 3 more months before I was 18 after I graduated.
Yeah, same. I graduated at 17 in high school. So
Someone, yeah, it was fun.
Wow.
So I do want to talk. So we talk about, we talk about all the good shit about Hispanic heritage. We praise it. We talk about our culture. We talk about our backgrounds. Let's talk. I want to bring up the shitty part of Hispanic Heritage Month. Why the fuck do we start off in the middle of September and then end in the middle of October?
I don't know.
it's kind of, yeah, it's like the ultimate question. You know what I mean?
Because we're completely overshadowed by spooky season and German beer.
Oktoberfest and
I think it's because
no, actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. It's not just spooky. Well, spooky season's part of German beer. Wouldn't it be like pumpkin spice season? Because like
By
in
the way,
September they start dropping pumpkin spice.
By the way, guys, there's a meat market offering free throat punches for anyone that orders the pumpkin spice seasoned baby back ribs.
What?
It
Yes,
was a
that's a
meme I
real
posted.
sign. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a real sign. It was a meme I posted, but it's a real sign. Free throat punch. Fucking
I was
laugh.
gonna say the reason why they do that Hispanic heritage during that ending of what September towards October.
Yeah,
is-
mid-September, mid-October.
Because that's the end of harvest season.
That's
Uh,
fucked.
I mean,
dude.
they got that's their break time. You know, they over here.
All right,
you know,
we don't have to work
celebrating.
now. Let's still celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we also have another holiday which I celebrate because I don't do fucking Oktoberfest. I don't need a fucking weekend to drink beer. I'll just reach in
It's
the
every
fridge.
weekend.
Right. That's when the mail gets here. Hey.
Hey.
But Breast Cancer Awareness Month is October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
We are here to save the Tatas. So let's spread awareness and beat cancer.
Yes.
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 Yep, I actually did the Susan B. Combe walk, like I was telling everyone yesterday.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law is actually a breast cancer survivor.
Oh wow! Holy shit!
Yeah, so I am
There-
dead tired. I'm just like very tired. But yeah, we went to the walk. She is actually coming up on her appointment, and I believe it's been about, I think, 2-3 years she's been clear.
Okay.
Yay.
I could be wrong. I'm bad with numbers, but I believe it's around there. But
Send
I
her a
enjoyed
message.
it very much.
Ask her. Send her. Ma, how long has it been?
I'll text her right now.
Ma, las tortillas.
Well, she's actually Puerto Rican, so
There you go.
yeah.
There's an influencer who I became friends with recently. We've been talking. She is a breast cancer survivor. She had surgery and she was doing OnlyFans while going through the treatment.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
So we're gonna try to bring her on the show. I'm trying to convince her, but she's kind of shy. So if you're watching, come on the show. Because we have a lot of people that now watch the post show because now that like it's getting busy now. You have people that work in the Renaissance circuit. You have people doing seasonal jobs. Spirit Halloween
Oh
is
yeah.
now up and running.
Yep.
You know, make sure you go and get your SpongeBob costumes right now at Spirit Halloween.
Or banana. Yeah.
All your Fortnite costumes.
Yep.
Or go get your poncho and sombrero.
Yay!
Good, and Selena.
Yes.
Selena.
There was
Anything
a
for
Selena costume at Big Texas.
There was,
Comic-Con.
and it was a couple. So it was a Selena cosplayer that was doing Selena, and then the guy from the movie that picks up the big hood piece in the back.
The
Yeah.
bumper.
They were one of the top 3 for judges' favorites.
Oh,
for
nice.
The cosplay
He's
contest.
holding the bumper and he goes, anything for Selena.
Yes,
Yells at
that's
everybody.
very
Everybody-
iconic.
Which is actually kind of fitting because in the original Selena movie, you know, in the end of the movie, they show like this big shot of the state of a stadium. That was actually that was meant for to be the Astrodome here in Houston, but it's actually the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. So they filmed that there.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Damn,
So
I
it's a
didn't know
little fun fact there.
Yes.
Oh, I got an update, y'all.
Okay.
that.
So it is actually 4 years today she's been cleared.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, she just texted me. She's asking
And-
why you ask. It's like, because I'm talking about you.
Because it's
Right.
Breast Cancer Awareness
Yeah.
Month.
So speaking, well, of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, my grandma's a breast cancer survivor
Oh,
as
what?
well.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Hey,
Yes.
that's good. That's great. Anyone that beats cancer,
Mhm.
it is
Yeah.
not an easy
Not.
it's not an easy challenge. I have a friend that has cancer. It's like, so we were hanging out and like he had cancer. He has cancer, and somebody joins the conversation like, oh my god, you have cancer, like, because he's a smart ass. He's a smart ass. They're like, oh, you're so brave to like, or they said something along the lines of like, what the fuck do you mean? I didn't ask for this shit. Because he's such a fucking smart ass. I fucking love him. But yeah, anyone that survives it beats it. Congratulations, guys. It's not an easy fight. It's a tough road.
No, it's not. When my mother-in-law was going through it, thankfully we caught it in time.
Yeah.
Before she had to go, she had a choice of getting it removed or going through chemo. She decided to get it removed, and thankfully it cleared it. But I do have a few other friends whose family's still going through that, and I'm not only the people who are like surviving any form of cancer are warriors and trying to fight it, and also their family who's sticking by them. Like
Yeah.
it was, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy for us because we were all planning on the like, if she chose this, who's going to be taking care of her, who's going to be taking her, and stuff like that. So the families are warriors and supporters too. So kudos to everyone out there who's watching, who has helped any family member or even a close friend go through this battle alone,
It's-
because you can't survive it alone.
To add to that, especially like Hispanic Latino households,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
like when it comes to cancer or when it comes to going to the doctor
Oh
in
yeah.
general,
Yeah.
just it's like I'm not gonna go.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can like get a concussion and like be like, nah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Walk
I'm
it
okay.
off. Walk it
Walk it
off.
off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Walk it
And then
off.
It's like, I
Sleep
don't need.
on it. Yeah.
I'll
I'm
be
like, let me take
fine.
a Tylenol, Benadryl. I'm
Put
good.
put some
May I
Vicks
put
on
some
it. You'll
Vicks?
be okay.
Yes, Vicks. Yes,
Some Vicks.
NyQuil,
I'll be okay.
Yes.
Actually, you know what?
Some
You,
caldo
Caldo.
you know what
pollo.
the VIX thing? You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of one of our shows a couple years ago. There was a photo of a Walgreens. They were doing Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, but they put like chips, like Lay's. They don't put like, and we were like, where's the VIX? Where's the Takis? Where's the
Tostada.
Where's the
Hot
Topo
Cheetos.
Chicos? And like they just put like the
The
most
Sprite.
whitest like fucking things out there.
A whitewash.
And it said on the top, celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. And I'm like, well, this isn't a way to celebrate.
So at
Get
least
your
put
Lays
the-
and Sierra
at,
Mist. Here we
at
go.
least put the Tostitos chips instead of the Lays.
Right?
I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, it just instantly reminded me of that.
So because we're so on it. What are y'all's favorite dishes or like desserts or drinks?
Tres hechas.
Tres leches.
For drink,
Yes.
it would be horchata.
Horchata.
Yes, drink horchata.
Or for
Horchata.
me,
Or
my
piña.
my favorite, it's like a bread pudding kind of thing, but it's only
Oh.
for Lent season, a capiotada. That's my favorite. Like, I love that. I can eat that. Like, it's so good.
Do y'all
What is
do
it
any
made
of,
out of?
It's like it's like bread, cinnamon, clove, and maybe sugar, I think. But they
Brown
call it
sugar.
bread pudding,
It's
so
probably like brown sugar.
yeah.
Brown
But
sugar.
it's a seasonal thing, but it's only when you make it for like Lent time,
Mhm.
Easter, like that.
do any of y'all like arroz con leche?
Yes, I
Yes,
was hoping
I
somebody
was
was gonna
about to
say
say
that.
that.
So I was
too.
waiting for somebody. I love
for our-
horchata, so arroz con leche kind of goes hand in hand with that.
For our non-Hispanic people, what that is, that's basically rice pudding.
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard leche.
Oh,
It's like,
don't
that's
say it
milk.
like- They eat it
Milk.
cold though when you say rice pudding. Like
Yeah.
I went to Kroger's and they have it prepackaged cold, says rice pudding. I was like, I'm supposed to eat it
That's-
hot.
You're supposed to warm it
Yeah.
up.
That's yeah, you have to warm
Put
it
a
up
cinnamon
properly.
stick in the bowl.
Damn.
See,
Yeah,
what's
but
another Hispanic?
well, some of the like I guess habits. I don't know if y'all do it still, but like I save a lot of like plastic bags, like Walmart bags, HEB
Everybody
bags.
That's
does
not
that now.
Get
Mexican.
a lot of
That's
paper.
Yeah, everybody's doing
Well,
that.
not everyone, but for people of color does it. But I love doing it. You save trash bags. I use it for the restroom or like certain cosplays. Like if I need to make it look full or something, I have a lot of like plastic bags, and I put like stuff in it, like in my backpack. That's what it looks like it's full or something. But you can never have too many plastic bags because we're saving the turtles, we're saving the animals. Okay,
Sorry, my husband and my
you're
dog
good.
just came in the room. I'm so sorry.
No,
Nah,
you're
he
you're
good.
He
gave
fine.
you
brought me a
something.
water. He brought me a water.
Oh, yeah, but
You shoot him away.
like that.
Shoot 'em away.
I'm not chewing away.
Who else likes Fideo?
Oh,
Okay.
I love Fideo.
Uh,
Yes,
There with
let's
beans,
go.
rice.
So
Oh man.
I always
mm.
have this conversation with my brother or like
Mhm.
anybody else in my family. I was like, there's two ways to make fideo. There's like the Hispanic spaghetti way, but I like it the sopa way, like kind of like soupy. And because if you do the spaghetti way, the noodles are like a little thicker, but the sopa way has like the angel hair noodles, and I
Yeah,
like it that way because I
I
can
like
just
both, so I
I can
don't
eat like
judge.
bowls and bowls of fideo.
I like sopa. I
Yes,
can never say it. I say it so white. I'm
I
sorry.
like both, so it don't matter.
I
next
kind
to
of have to
fideo
go
would
both.
probably just be like uh caldo de pollo, caldo de pollo,
I love Gaudo.
especially when you
Ew,
get
I
that
like that.
lime.
Yeah,
And
yeah, so,
that's just like a Hispanic thing. Just add lime to it.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, you have to add
lime.
lime from almost everything, right?
Just
yeah.
add
Like
lime,
My
add
other
lime and
favorite
salt,
is
lime and salt.
Menudo, pozole.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
torta.
so someone in chat, so Miss underscore murder said capiotada is made in several ways, but it is rare when it's made. We normal make it when the weather is cold.
Mm.
So good to know. But I just
Mhm.
know it because my grandma makes it. So whenever it gets prior to next year for like Easter time, I need to learn because I want to make it. Like it's so good. It's my favorite dish. So I'm like, why not? So yeah, but it's so good. But she makes it every like spring, and it's amazing. I love it. Not everyone likes it, but you gotta have like a palate for it because it's like wet pudding almost, like whatever. But it's so good.
Yeah.
I have like a question for everybody else. It's like when it comes to like certain dishes, when it comes around Easter, what do y'all normally make?
That's
Uh,
tough. Mostly my family would either it just varies. Usually they make like fajitas, which is common.
Mhm.
Tamales, that's one thing.
Mhm.
yeah.
They would probably just try to make like some like sandwiches in a way, but it's like the way they would do it is like chicken, but with like they have like a lot of like spices and like
hmm
it has like a juicy feeling. You know what I mean? It's like
Mm-hmm.
when you put it on like on French bread or something like that. It just
Yeah,
like that.
that's a torta. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
basically
very
Yeah.
tortas. Yeah.
specific.
So
Yeah,
I would
I
say
love those.
barbecues.
so I have like two sides of my family where like they'll do that, which is like the norm.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got like the heavily traditional side of my family, and they live more down to like Brownsville, and McAllen, all that down in the
Yeah.
valley.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I remember one day back in the backyard of my tios and tias, they're like, they got a goat, and I'm like, oh, there's a goat, and then next thing you know, the goat's gone.
Oh,
Tripas for
Tripas,
Easter.
yep.
And I was
Yeah.
like,
oh,
what?
I love
More
tripa
like
though.
birria tacos, birria.
And then
Oh,
Yeah.
birria tacos are good.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are talking about food now. What the
Yes,
hell?
Hell
yes.
yeah.
Food and
Hispanic
drink.
Heritage.
So yeah, we were talking about like it during Easter. What's the common like stuff our families
Like
make?
Easter, Lent
Beer.
season.
Beer.
Oh,
Can't make beer.
No, I mean you can buy it though.
Yeah.
I started talking about food, so the dog came over. He's like, "Food?"
Ooh,
Ooh,
what? Where?
yes. Comida.
He's a 10-pound dog that eats like a 70-pound dog.
He gets it from you.
I remember growing up, because I loved brisket, and then somebody told me that,
Ooh.
or I don't think it was brisket. It's called something else. But when I found out what it was actually made out of, I was shocked. But then like later on in life, I'm just like, yes, I'll buy that. Cow tongue.
So
Lengua,
barbacoa
yeah.
or lengua?
Barbacoa.
Yep,
Okay.
barbacoa.
I had that today. So good.
Nice.
That is also like a palate right there, like lengua. Some people like it, some people don't.
I love
prefer
both, so I don't
I-
judge.
I
Lengua,
think you have to
barbacoa.
try it. Like,
Carnitas.
I love tripas.
my grandmother was thoroughly into like lengua, but I tried it once. I was like, my stomach turned upside down.
It's like rich. Well, both barbacoa and lengua has like a rich texture. So
This reminds me of like when was it because there's different type of sopas that you can make, but like the one that threw me off is when they throw hominy in the soup, and I was like,
Hey,
you
I
don't
thought
like
it was
hominy?
well, I thought it
Hominy
was
is
like
good.
corn. No, like it's good. I'm saying like in the beginning, I thought it was
Oh.
corn. So when I
Oh.
ate the hominy, I was like, this is different. but
Something's wrong with the
I'm
corn.
biggest
Yeah.
fan of
It's
elote.
corn. Yeah.
Love elote.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
birria
I
ramen.
love
Yes.
elote. So good. Yes.
Someone in chat put
Sorry,
birria
my
ramen.
dog started whining. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
no, my dog. I wouldn't let him go, so he barked at me. He's at the phase where he doesn't like. He wants to chew on everything and doesn't want a lot of attention.
So he's a teenager.
Oh.
Pretty much.
But I like it both with for elote. I like it with like on the cob and then like in the cup. But
Oof.
Oh yeah. And then you throw
Yeah,
all
that's
like
so
the
good.
Mexican cheese and the
yes.
tahine and
Yeah.
I throw
I was just
cilantro in there, the butter and the mayo
I was just
Mhm.
eating mole right
and
now.
paprika. Paprika's a
was-
Yeah,
must.
paprika.
I love mole.
Yeah.
The mole is good. I like the mole. I was eating it before during the show. I was like,
Every day. That would be good.
was
Okay,
or
but
shot.
real question though. So for salsa, are y'all like salsa rojo or salsa verde?
Rojo.
Rojo.
Raw.
Rojo.
Oh,
Both?
don't hate me. I don't do
You
salsa.
don't do salsa? It's okay.
I can't handle spicy. Like,
They got non-spicy salsas.
yeah, I'm not.
There's
You
like
gotta,
mild.
like, here's the thing. Salsa itself is not a flavor. It's just
It's
how much pain can you tolerate.
because like you can consider pico de
Ah.
gallo as a salsa.
I like ceviche. Just-
Okay. Good. All right.
Oh,
No,
so
but-
I just have to get
Because-
it the one without the tomatoes because I'm allergic. So
you know
Yeah.
how sriracha's everywhere here in Texas? Like,
Yes.
you can't go to
Yeah.
a store and not find. Apparently,
I
that's not
love
the
it.
case in other states.
Wait, what is it?
Oh.
It's not existent in other states.
Sir-
Like, they have
sriracha?
sriracha sauce.
I'm not
What?
surprised. On
I would
that.
have thought it would have been more prominent in like California
Because
and New York.
I was in Louisiana, and they don't have it. They have off brands.
Oh.
Well, Louisiana has their own
stuff.
They have
I was
Tabasco.
saying they have their own hot
Yeah.
sauce.
Tabasco's their factory is over there in Louisiana.
It's
Tabasco.
like a gang thing. You know, you're in the
Maybe.
wrong
Louisiana hot
neighborhood.
sauce. They have crystals. They have all kinds.
It's
Yeah.
mostly Louisiana hot sauce and Tabasco.
Yeah. Oh, the reason I'm asking it because there's like always tension like with the salsa battle, especially like with red
They've
and
got the
green.
best sauce.
But I'm salsa rojo. I love red salsa. So good.
Okay, I'm addressing some chats real quick. Miss
You're good.
Murder is made in several ways, but the rare when it's made, we know.
And
Okay.
I was gonna say, but I feel like in our culture too, like we don't really use like silverware. We use like tortillas all the
Tortillas?
time. Yes.
Yeah.
Our
Or
hands
bread.
used to
Scoop
steal-
up,
Actually, you
scoop
know
up
Or
the
what?
hand.
leftovers with the bread or the
Yeah.
tortilla.
Hold on, let me add one more thing about like the plate dishes and stuff. Have any of y'all ever had like pupusas?
Yeah.
Every now and then,
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every now and
Sometimes.
then. Whenever somebody offers it, because it's like it's not an everyday thing that somebody offers you it to, and it's
Yeah.
not that easy to just find in any store. You have to go like to an
I gotta tell my
actual
dad something real quick.
yes,
Yeah,
or
like-
something
Yeah.
to find pupusa.
Yeah, like a pupuseria or like
Mhm.
there'd be places. There'll be people who can
And so-
make them.
And surprisingly, some Michoacans will have it. You know, they'll have
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What's another good plate that everyone likes to talk about?
cheese enchiladas.
I
Enchiladas,
love
yeah.
enchiladas.
Enchiladas, you can't go
Tamale.
wrong.
Tamales,
And
cheese
tamale.
enchiladas.
Let me.
pozole.
I wonder if anybody else has tried this. I think I mentioned it to John Steven, but you take a tamale, you unwrap it, get a frying pan with a little bit of cooking oil, and you kind of fry the outside of the tamale. So
Like
now it becomes solid, and you can actually just like eat it like finger food. And to me, aside from the whole like you don't dip it in ketchup, but I can now dip it in salsa,
Hey.
so I can get like more of my salsa with my tamale, and I don't have to worry about like it falls apart. That's why some people just eat it with the
Yeah.
corn husk. So like kind of slightly frying it in
Right.
vegetable oil is something
Huh.
I figured out like a year ago.
So
What do you
speaking
think
of
about real quick
tamale,
question
Okay,
question
go
about
real quick.
tamales? And this
Yeah.
is a response to everybody. What do you think about people that eat frozen tamales and say they're like get their
Huh.
first they get their impression from frozen tamales?
I've never heard of that before, so I
I
don't
would
know
Oh,
say
how to
they
go
yeah.
with
never
that.
had homemade tamales.
They never had real tamales because
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
I would say they never had real tamales before.
okay, here's a better one. Like tamales from a can.
What?
That is unheard
Those
of.
thing?
exist?
I've
What?
never
Unheard
heard
of.
of that.
I've
That
never
exists.
heard of that.
That
I've
is
seen it, and I'm
blasphemy.
like, what the hell
That's
is this?
heresy.
Yep.
They look like
Yeah.
little Vienna sausages that come in cans.
What?
Oh.
Do not buy them.
That sounds like an MRE.
That's it. Yeah. You ever seen
Marty.
SpongeBob? You ever seen SpongeBob where they have canned bread?
Yeah.
Squidward?
So it's like something SpongeBob would have made. You know what I mean?
Which,
Yeah.
ironically,
Tamales in
I
a
actually
can.
saw
I
canned
do want
bread
to try
at a
canned bread
neighborhood.
though, but the...
It was at a neighborhood Walmart. You can find canned bread.
No, I
Wow.
mean like not that type of canned bread. I'm talking about like the good Japanese canned bread type thing.
I never heard of that. I have to
That's
look
like
into that.
regular.
Speaking of Japanese people, for those of you out there, did you know that there are Japanese people that absolutely worship Hispanic and Latino culture?
Yes, I've
Yes.
seen. I've seen
Yes.
There was a movement where they like to dress up like the Chicano way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw that.
they'll
There's like
wear
a video of
the
it.
shirts and
Yeah.
everything. They take they like
Yeah,
our
it's
style. They like our
It's
style.
a style in Tokyo right now.
So there's
Nice.
they have Cholo,
Mhm.
Japanese people that have the tattoos, the Virgin Mary,
Yeah.
the Jesus,
Oh
the
my God.
rosaries,
That's
the
cool.
low riders.
Yes, I was gonna say. So the car scene with that, I wouldn't expect to see like the lowriders in a JDM populated country. So when I saw that, I was like, they know. They know.
Stuff.
They did their
get it.
history. They did their homework.
They did their research and all that stuff.
Wasn't
Damn.
there some parts in Tokyo Drift where they showed a little bit of that style? I could have sworn there was.
No, not in Tokyo Drift, because
That was
Tokyo
one
Drift,
of them.
that style is completely different.
I think it was
Oh,
all
I-
JDM.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was so
And-
out of. I was wrong. Sorry.
So, but the thing is, there's a movement not just with the Cholo, like the Chicano look, but
Right.
like there are Japanese people that come to appreciate Mexican culture, because in Japan there's this sense of honor and responsibility to where you have to like whatever job you have to work that job no matter how you're treated, no matter what. You can't just get up and quit. But in Mexican culture, you work hard to make ends meet, but the minute someone treats you like a dog, you're like, fuck this place, I'm out.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people admire that, because like some people are like, that's a bullshit mentality, but when you think about it, like,
They have self value.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have to have self-value. You're not
I've-
here to sell your soul to the job.
I quit a job because of reasons like that.
I have too, like, and
Those
like
figures- Yeah.
that plays into mental health. Just to add to that, like that does play a lot into mental health.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know if you guys are aware, but there is a such thing as the and I think it's in Mount Fuji, but they have a suicide forest.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And there are legitimately signs that you can read because you can travel through the forest just to jog and whatever and explore, but there are signs throughout the forest that say, think about your loved ones, think about this, think about that. They're like signs that are like supposed to be like therapeutical along the forest for people to like rethink their decision.
Like get help signs.
Hmm
Interesting.
Mhm.
It's pretty fucking dark.
I think in one instance I saw that they have signs also in multiple languages too, because more on the darker tone of that people who travel figure that there's no way that other people could find them because they're not from that country, so there's no way they could ever figure them out. So I heard that they
Yeah.
do have signs in multiple languages telling people to reconsider.
Wow.
The story behind it, I cannot pronounce that.
Yeah.
Okigara Forest.
Okigara.
Forest. Yeah,
There you go.
Okigara Forest.
So the story
Yeah,
behind it
yeah.
is that the villages couldn't so they didn't have enough food or resources to go around, so they would take the sick and elderly out into the forest to die.
Wow.
And so that became the forest. It's not called the suicide forest; it's called the forest of death.
Oh.
And it just so happens to be associated with suicide.
That'd just be the side thing that they kind of associated. So, and I think the history with that is that because it's also haunted because of how many people go there and do that thing, that some people like, of course, something like that attracts tourists, but I feel like it doesn't get a lot of respect in the sense of people who go there.
Let me put it like this: almost anything in the world will attract tourists. An ass, if you put up a sign that said "free ass whoopings," that would attract tourists.
You wouldn't think it would, but it does.
You know,
Yeah.
like what's his
As long
face?
as they're
What's his face?
respectful with it, yeah.
Well,
You
yeah,
mean
people, but like you shouldn't really go and make like TikTok videos out
Like
of it.
Logan
You
Paul.
shouldn't go,
Logan
yeah,
Paul's dumbass?
yeah, who's now like he's one of the, like he gets booed. They boo the shit out of him in WWE, which
Oh,
works,
yeah.
I guess.
It was so
But-
bad. He got banned from Japan, didn't he? He
Yeah.
got banned.
Maybe, yes, yeah.
I didn't really look that deep into. I know he got in trouble, but they weren't going to arrest him
Mhm.
because it was a sign of disrespect, and even though it's disrespectful, it's not illegal. But
Japan can
I think
ban
they
you for
kicked him out.
whatever they want.
Yeah, that's true. I think they kicked him out.
I
Honestly,
think they did because I've heard a lot of instances where the country will kick you out of their country.
Yeah,
Yep.
there was somebody who got popped for marijuana possession in Japan, and like they do not mess around with that kind of stuff. Like
Nope.
at one, you could probably get like banned from the country for like a couple of years. Or
Robert Downey Jr. wasn't allowed in the entire country just because of his past criminal record, so they couldn't promote anything with him in it.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
No
right, I
Iron
saw
Man for them.
something Yeah, that's why I believe I saw that when Iron Man first came out. Yeah, like
Yeah.
he was banned.
They eventually like let it up when it became like he's a
yeah. Now
giant
that he's
superstar.
like a megastar, it's like, oh,
he's like
welcome
he
back.
did his time. His time is up. You're
We'll let
unbanned now.
We'll let in the
Be
guy
good.
again.
Be good.
We'll
now.
let it slide for today.
He's bringing Thor, right? All right, if he's
It-
bringing Thor,
it's-
we'll let him in.
The reason why I bring this all up though is because a lot of our anime culture associates are, I guess, otakus. I really hate the word otaku.
they're just
Otakos.
anime fans.
Anime
Otakus.
fans. Otakos. Or tacos.
There you go.
There are a lot of
Tacos.
people in our community that just like worship and praise like the Japanese culture, but it's got like a lot of issues. And then there are Japanese people that praise other cultures because of the flaws in theirs.
Mhm.
Like the whole mental health thing. Like a lot of people live with the mindset that you have to work that job until you die, even if you're miserable. Or like they admire like the fact that like Latinos like we'll work hard, but the minute you treat us like I said, you treat us like a dog, we will walk. All the workers walk out.
It's just like what was it? I've seen instances where it's like there's a construction operation going on. They fired one guy who happened to be Hispanic, and they fired him for no good reason. So when he left, the whole crew, well, everybody who was Hispanic, because it seemed like they targeted that one guy they fired, the whole crew basically left. And they said, if you fire him, you fire all of us.
Yeah, I
I've
can
seen
see that.
instances happen like that because they were treating that particular person, dirty. They were like, they didn't want him to take lunches. They wanted him to keep working, and then he couldn't keep up with it because they were being so hard on him. And so the one time he was tardy, they said, no, you're out of here. And so they're like, cut the guy a break. They let him
Yeah.
go. So the whole group said, if you let him go, you're going to let all of us go.
Yeah, I wish it would like be like that all the times. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I actually have personal experience with that with my father. He's actually have worked for a couple of companies that treated him like that,
Mhm.
and it was to the point where he ended up walking, and now he owns his own business and it's succeeding.
Wow.
So
That's pretty good.
Sometimes it's what it takes,
yeah,
Yes.
but
He
I
said,
just
watch me
wish-
glow up. Watch me
Yeah.
glow up.
And now those people who treat him badly are now coming to him to work with him now.
The
Wow.
irony.
And
Wow,
he's like,
that's
no,
nice.
bye, adios.
Aren't you that guy who was like this to me? You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a couple times when I was in high school, when I had an early release, my mom was working a full-time job at the time, so my father had to come get me. He had to leave work early, and he got in trouble for going to go get me because I didn't have bus money. So
He was doing his duty. He was your father.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then they started blaming me for the reason why he had to leave work early. And my dad's like, that same day, he's like, no, bye.
Well, like yeah, because like isn't he working to provide for you? So why would he neglect your needs for a
Yeah,
job, even though the job is to provide for you? You know.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Okay.
I just wish it was more like that, like where people would stand up with other people too, because there's still, even to this day and age, where there's still people that slip through the cracks. Because I've left a big company because of how my manager treated me. So and then of course people like tried standing up for me, and then they threatened them like, oh, if you stick with this person, you're no longer going to be here either. And I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. They were refusing to work with me, and I come back, they pull me off of my shift and be like, oh, by the way, you're gone now.
What
No,
the fuck?
that's
I was
Wow.
I
I almost
was in
died.
the hospital, literally had 2 surgeries, and you want me to come into work.
Yeah.
no heart.
Yep.
Yeah.
It unfortunately, the sad reality of it all, unfortunately, that's basically, it's like that phrase everyone talks about. Everybody's replaceable,
Yep.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
And
They're
the fun,
numbered.
and then it's funny because like I don't know why when I'd be scrolling on TikTok, my feed would be like these like text messages of like exchanges between like bosses and stuff. It's like, hey, just letting you know that where you have to cover someone's shift, and I'm like, no, because 6 months ago you approved my PTO, and every month I've been
Yes,
telling you
I've
that,
been there,
and
been there.
and it's funny too because they're like, no, you are obligated, you should still be here, you're supposed to be professional, you're supposed to do all this, and it's like, and the guy's like, well then I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be there, I made a commitment, I can't be there. It's like, well, in that case, you're getting written up. Well, okay, I want that in writing, because if you
Yeah.
and all that stuff, and then they try to gaslight you into like trying to like make it better and all that stuff. Because
Right.
as soon as and they're like, well, we're gonna report you. I was like, well, that's fine, because I quit, I'm leaving. And then they're like, okay, well, we really need you. Please call me back.
No,
It's like, okay, yeah,
I would
you
have.
quit your gaslighting.
I would have had screenshots like, this is what you approved. Get the timestamp. Be like,
Yeah.
exactly. And if that
Like,
would have been a problem, take it to HR. Be like,
I was gonna
what's
say
up?
you can gaslight them back with HR.
Yeah.
nah, like every time I get PTO approved, I'll be like, click,
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
You gotta. Yep.
snip it to
CYA
my
cover
work
your ass. Yep.
computer, like
Mm-hmm.
snip it
Yep.
to my work computer, be like, nope, I have the proof right here, date and time right
Yep.
here.
Especially with me, because I'm in the education system, so I always like write something down. I always save it, screenshot it, star it, favorite, because
Just to be
I'm
safe,
like,
you never know.
yeah, I'm like, don't mess with me, okay? Like, you ain't ready. You don't want this smoke. So you can start it, but I'm gonna finish it. So we're not gonna go there.
Yeah,
Right.
I've been there, done that with that company where my manager and like the higher ups was in the meeting too, because they were disrespecting me right in front of my higher up and saying like, oh, you're not doing this, and they were literally targeting me and not everyone else. And there was an employee way worse than me right next to me, and they're like, oh, we're gonna use you as an example.
Yeah, try to make an example out of you, sadly.
Yeah,
Which-
so
Exactly.
that job didn't last. After that meeting, I was like,
you were done, pretty much.
I was like, I've been here for
That's
2 years. I've been here for 2 years, and y'all still treat me like that. I'm out.
that's kind of messed up. Like using you as an example, doesn't matter if it was good or bad. Like just using you, it's like, okay.
I'm like, and this person always had call outs. They were always no call, no shows. They always claimed they were off, and Yeah, no proof. No proof. Where are your receipts?
Exactly.
I have
Bring
my
up yes.
here.
Bring up the material. I'm waiting. I can wait. Yep.
Yep. But I still deal with that even to this day and age, especially in like cosplay. I cosplay a lot of characters and they're like, oh, no, they're not this. Why are you shouldn't be cosplaying that type of thing.
Point out the people of color that you're allowed to cosplay then, because that's not fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was just one example. Sorry, I know we went on a tangent. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's
No,
fine.
it's
No,
okay.
it's okay.
If you didn't
No,
say anything, Goku would have went off about how he hates different types of tortillas or something.
no, Matsuri. How I hate different.
Types of
No, I hate
monsters.
anime Matsuri. Anime Matsuri. No, but I actually quit a job. I worked at. I'll throw them on the bus. I don't give a shit. Easy Pond. I worked for Easy Pond, and
yeah.
like they would make me pick up like these fucking heavy ass generators and like put them on shelves like an idiot. I'm like, why the fuck are we putting them on the shelves? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And so like I started developing back spasms, so I had to go to the hospital, and they told me like, don't go to work for like a week, and I had the doctor's notes, everything from the hospital, and the manager still made me come into work.
That's what happened to me at my company. I can't say their name, unfortunately, because
Right.
I'm still dealing with their crap.
Oh.
Not the job I work for now. Like they treat me good, but it was like when I
The
right out of
previous
high
one.
school,
Yeah.
beginning of college. Like they treated me so bad. Like I literally had proof that my doctor ordered me. I need to be in the hospital for 2 weeks. I couldn't talk. I was literally had an IV and everything. I was literally hooked up to everything, and it was to the point to where my father had to call and try to get through HR and be like, you're expecting her to come in 2 days when it clearly states in her doctor order by the ambulance and the actual emergency doctor that she cannot leave. I had an appendicitis that was about to burst. I had to get surgery to get that removed. I had strep throat and I had 2 cysts on my ovaries. So I had to go through like 2 surgeries. Thankfully, the strep throat, I didn't need to get my tonsils removed, but I had to get 2 surgeries in one day. And one was like a 6-week recovery and one was like a 2-week recovery.
Jesus.
And they're
Jesus
like, nah, you're scheduled to come in. We only approve this time off here. And I come in forcing like right out of recovery. Like I was gone for like maybe like the full week I was told to be. I finally got released from the hospital and I came home, and he was my boyfriend at the time, but my husband was taking care of me because they did the stomach surgery and I couldn't really do anything. Like he had to help me change, he had to do everything for me. And I forced my butt to go into work, still hopped up on medicine, trying to just save my butt for a job. And next thing you know, I come in and they let me go.
Wow.
So I think
Terrible.
with that,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't realize that, especially when you're in Texas,
Yeah.
there are laws in place that prevent a company from letting you go, from firing you, especially when you have record of medical reasons. Because on my job, we have that big poster that tells you your rights as a worker and everything. And one day I read it and I was like, despite what somebody might tell you in person or whatever, legally they cannot let you go for stuff like that. Even if even if they're all mad or whatever and everything, say, oh, you should have came in. Let that go under the bridge, because if they let you go, they just did something illegal.
But they covered
They can't let you go for medical reasons.
But they covered it,
Texas has a right to work where they can let you go for any reason, but you would qualify for unemployment.
but what
unless it's for
but the way they
actions.
did it is they said I was always absent. They pulled the always absent and had no time off.
Bullshit.
So there no call, no show.
At that point, you just pull up receipts. Okay, which days were I absent? Well, those days fall on the same days that I was in the hospital.
I tried, but I couldn't do much because the lawyer I was going to work with to fight this, I couldn't afford because I was right out of high school. My dad was self-employed. parents just got a divorce. I literally had like 5 books to my name. So I was like, I can't do anything.
Certainly
I
would make
wouldn't-
things difficult.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do as far as trying to like sue them. Your best bet is just file for unemployment while you look for
Yeah.
another job.
But it was like during the time is I didn't qualify because I didn't have that much job experience because I was right out of high school. So
Well, if you've worked there for 90
Yeah.
days, you qualify for some. So if they fire you before then,
yeah.
that's just Texas
Mhm.
law is weird for those.
Yeah,
particular
but I
reasons.
wish I can go back to that day and be like actually defend myself.
Flipping the
Yeah.
double bird, and just leave on your own
Yeah.
terms. Like, you know what? F
Yeah,
this
I was
place.
about to, but
gonna
I
pay me
needed to
anyway.
pay bills. So
Yeah.
yeah. But that was my experience. That still has happened to me when I'm now about to be 30.
I quit that fucking job. I text him. I
Well,
text him, better guy, and then I left.
yeah, like I didn't have like not like exactly or similar, but sort of, I guess, kind of branching out, like, cause in college, so it was maybe like my first 2 years in college, like freshman year, sophomore year, right? So I would come home for the
Mhm.
like seasons, like summer, Christmas break, so now we get seasonal jobs, and so one of my previous jobs, like when I was like early adult, I guess, like I used to work like SeaWorld, Bath and Body Works. So then at that time at Bath and Body at North Star Mall,
Mhm.
so I was there in the transition where it was the old layout and then I worked when they had the new layout, right? So it was
Mhm.
iconic for that, and I love Bath and Body. But there's one individual, I don't need to say the name because it's not like important or relevant, but everybody else I was cool with, right? And so like with certain people, it's like even if you're the boss, like you should be able to tell your employer, hey, like, just certain things, okay, cool. I wasn't doing certain things I was supposed to be doing. Like I was do register. So then I wouldn't tell people their information, right? Because for me at the time, I was like, well, I think like a person, I want to get my stuff and go, not like having to pay
Mhm.
your stuff and then say, okay, what's your information, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So I did other jobs too. So besides doing cashier, I used to do like the back person, get the products, whatever.
Mhm.
But it's like just knowing your people, whatever, right? So that happened, and there was a point where I wasn't on the schedule for like 2 weeks, and I was like,
Oh,
"What?"
wow.
So then I didn't have to do it, but again, I actually cared about it, so I actually drove to the mall. I waited, for like some time, and so I pulled up, right, to get like, hey, like this is, why am I not on the schedule? Hopefully we can come to an agreement kind of thing. And I'm thinking, okay, I went out of my way. It shows character, right? So then the next time I see the schedule, I'm not even on the schedule. And I'm like, wow, so I wasted like a good chunk of my day when I didn't have to go, whatever. So then that happened, and so like karma came back at that person because so they used to have an account for like different stores, so
Mhm.
with Bath and Body, but then there was some product at the time that was new, and that person wasn't supposed to post it yet. So then I guess higher up found out, and then they made her like delete the account, and then she got fired. And I was like, karma's a bitch. That's right. Like
Damn.
for
Yeah.
real.
But
I
can I
mean,
Yeah,
say
that
what
something?
is true. That
what's
is
funny?
true.
What's funny because there was somebody who got fired, and and what he did in retaliation, is like, all right, here's the secrets of here how to get free this, free that. You just say this, say that, say this, and there you go.
Or like the people who leak the recipes for certain iconic foods.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
The
Taco
Mhm.
Bell's like, oh, it's
KFC,
all spice. That's
or
all it
like the
is.
KFC, the 13 secret spices.
Yeah.
Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say something real quick about John? Like that situation is like the definition, the legit definition of petty.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even other coworkers I used to work with, it wasn't that similar situation, but they would be like, "Oh yeah, like she would like do this and that, or really not follow up with people." So even at that time, like I told my mom about it, and she was like, my mom was like, "Yeah,
Oh,
that
the bathroom,
like
use the
from that
bathroom.
figure, that manager has like a business mindset." And I'm like, I'm a business person too. I'm a brand, and I actually drove to the mall. I went out of my way to go want to play my case, but like put me back on the schedule. Like, why are you acting like this? Like, it was just little miscommunication, but it ended up being like a bigger thing. And I'm like, yeah, like lesson learned, but you know what? It is what it is, or whatever. Because we were cool with each other, but then it was just little things adding up, and I was like, why are you even doing this? You didn't even know me, like. I'm going out of my way and I get it, like on my part, but then just being like a boss, like you should just have a better perspective. Like, okay, you call me out on certain things that I was doing, like not telling people their information, which you're supposed to do. But I'm like, there's other things I can do. Like, if you don't like me doing cashier register, I can do backstore, I can do shelving, I can, be a greeter or something. There's something for me to do. Like, don't just take me off the schedule because I'm not doing what you want me to do kind of thing. It's like I'm a one man talent. Like, let me know. Like, I've done it. Like, even before she came on board, I was cool with all the other general managers and just her. She was real toxic, but I'm glad she's not there anymore. This was like years ago. This was like summer, maybe like 2016, I guess 2017. No, it was before. I think it was after that. I think it was after that. But yeah, whatever. But it was like, yeah. But it's like better now. Like, they have a different person, and she's real cool. And I'm so cool with, like, when I go shop, like I still keep in touch with people that I used to work with, and they're still there. So, but fun times though, fun
Mhm.
times.
Yeah, that karma is true because the people who let me go for medical reasons, they had medical reasons and they got let go 2 months after me.
Oh, yep.
Oof.
There you go.
Karma, good karma and bad karma. But I'm
Mm,
like, you mess with the right one.
Yeah, it's like the
yeah,
perfect.
I'm
It's
all
like
knocking on wood. I'm like, don't come back at me.
you know what they say in
Right.
like the PG way: f around and find out.
Exactly. That's what happened. Karma got
Yeah,
him. So yeah.
yep.
Fo
Yeah,
fo.
well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, though, fortunately, it is getting better with jobs when it comes to the situation.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
There, the internet is a bitch, and uh, it'll tear you a new
I think
asshole.
the biggest word
Yes, it will.
the biggest word when it comes to all that is accountability. People are
Mm,
starting to actually get like called out for the things that they're doing wrong.
Yep. Even if they don't admit it, they got material. I mean,
They'll
it's
still get
like
figured out.
now, yeah, like nowadays, it's like you really have to be careful, like what you say or what you do,
Mhm.
because depending how you say certain things, if it's exact wording, like you'll get like somebody can get called out for their own BS because of what they said. It's like, oh, you weren't being specific. Like, are you sure you're saying that? Like, why were
You're
you
taken out of
like,
context.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like that's what you like for certain statements I always be clear and precise because I'm not gonna have anybody trying to go for my material. Like, I said what I said and I said exact wording. Like, I didn't say maybe or kind of like unsure words. It's like it is or I am or depends on the situation or whatever, as long as like you're just careful what you do and
Yeah.
just how you word things and just just take screenshots, just in case if something happened. It's like, no, you're trying to change the narrative. That's not how this is gonna go down.
mhm,
Exactly.
Like, absolutely not. Like, don't even try me.
mhm.
Hmm.
Yep.
Especially like now too. 'Cause I'm so Hispanic Heritage Month, so careful.
That's right. Hold on,
Yep.
let me take off my earrings. Hold on.
Oh,
uh,
oh my.
Oh, my poodle. Yeah, say that.
that's right.
Yeah.
I feel like
So,
that's
so,
like the pet
so
stream because like my
let's
cat showed up and someone else's like pets start showing up.
it's Hispanic Heritage Month. The pets want to get into all of our
They're all white
cats.
dogs too.
Speaking of pets, so for me, one of like my childhood dogs I grew up with, he was a Chihuahua, but his name was Rusty. I loved him. Oh my god.
Aw.
Yes. But any of y'all had like childhood pets growing up, y'all still like had favorites or just remember or like
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me. Yeah, I have one. They were like the same mix as my dog now, but
hmm.
more like on the Cocker Spaniel side.
Oh.
His name is Brownie.
Aw.
We had
Because
a
he was brown like a brownie. Like he had brown fur, he had brown eyes.
It
But the
just
weird
Wow.
Creative.
yeah, like I
Wow.
loved him. I loved him so much, but like his eyes kind of scared me because they looked almost human.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
brownie
there
for my
was-
brownie.
Skinwalker.
Like
Right,
there
for
was
real.
like he really didn't have that fur on him, but he is like the same size as my dog now, and he was my first ever dog. So actually, he unfortunately passed away when because he developed mouth cancer.
Oh.
So my dad still has his little paw print and his little ashes in a little thing.
You gotta remember, all dogs go to heaven.
Yes,
That's
Right,
true.
is
that
true.
movie still makes me cry.
any movie where the dog just like dies is like that's it for me. I'm like I can't do
There's
it.
a
Marley
website.
and
Not watching
Marley
this
and
movie.
me. Marley
So-
and me gets me.
So there is a website dedicated to listing all the movies where the dogs. If there's a dog in the movie and it dies, they have it listed on there.
No.
Check it out.
I bet
The
John
movie.
Wick's on there. I bet John Wick is on there.
So there's a scene. It's that new movie where they're all robots. They got that circular thing in their head. That new movie.
Oh, the creator.
Yeah. So there's a scene where the RoboCops throw a grenade in the house, and they're
Mhm.
preparing to for it to blow up, like the main characters. And the dog grabs the grenade in his mouth, and everybody is like tense, like the grenade's gonna go off. The dog has it in his mouth. Luckily, the dog just takes it outside and just drops it in the same ditch where the police threw it from. And they're like, okay, thank God the dog didn't die.
It's a lot of close moments, you know what I mean?
I mean, everybody's like, why did that grenade have a 20-second timer?
They had it on dramatic effect instead of kill.
They wanted to scare people thinking the dog was gonna blow up, but they knew everybody would have walked out.
They
of the
got
theater.
they have to set it's because in case the guy's undecided, do I throw it over there or do I throw it over there? Huh?
Yeah.
Decisions.
Yes.
Decisions. Boom. That's no, but check. I don't know the name of the website, but it's an interesting Google if you're trying to stay away from movies where the dog dies.
There's even a
Old
website.
Yeller.
There's even a like a Twitter dedicated to and it's not really sad or anything. It's like, oh, can you pet the dog in video games? And then you give them a game and they'll tell you, yes, you can pet it. No, you can't pet it.
Man,
Yeah.
I would like to pet the dog.
One movie can be disqualified.
Cats too. They also have for
What?
cats too. Yeah, my friend found it. She's a cat lady. I don't know what it was, but she's like, I was just curious, and she found it on Twitter.
I couldn't find it, but I found the IMDb page. It's like all movies where the dog is killed.
I don't want to open that
I
list.
Am
Why
Legend.
did you send that?
I Am Legend.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one broke my
But that
heart.
was a mercy because he didn't want to see his dog suffer.
Well, a lot of
But
them are probably
still-
mercy ones.
Old Yeller got shot in the face, and that was a mercy kill.
Yeah. Where the red fern grows.
Oh
Oh
man.
God.
Let's make everyone sad at the very end.
There was a cop movie where it's like a cop and a dog, and the dog gets shot at the very end.
Robo
What was it
Dog.
called? No, it wasn't Robo Dog.
It reminds me of Mice and Men.
Oh.
Damn it! Now I'm curious. That's what the
Cujo.
movie was called.
That dog
Cujo.
deserved to die.
Wasn't Cujo eating people in a storm drain?
Cujo was a monster.
His zombie dog.
Who was the one eating people in a storm drain?
It.
Oh,
Oh my
Whoops.
god.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, at
that
one
means
point he
was
was a dog.
Weird looking dog.
Weird looking
It's a
dog in a
skinwalker
clown
right there.
suit.
That's a
It's
skinwalker.
oops, my bad.
Oh, Pet Cemetery?
No, that's a
That was
baby.
a dog. That was a cat.
Okay. So it should. I think it should. I think it only counts if the dog is alive and dies, not if the dog's already dead. So isn't Pet Cemetery they're all just dead?
Well, Pet
Well, I
Cemetery.
thought-
Well,
isn't about
so
They
Pet
bring back a
Cemetery,
baby.
those Pet Cemetery, he buries it and then comes back to life, but it's not really alive. It's pretty much kind of like a zombie in a way.
Possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, possessed.
and that one's not about really pets. It's about burying your dead
Loved
kid
ones,
in a pet
yeah.
cemetery.
Yeah, the guy buried his kid who got ran over by a semi truck. The kid came back as a killer.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep. I was
He
like, are
was-
you talking about the OG or the newer one?
The
Because they kind
OG.
of changed it a little
The
bit.
OG one, because I remember the
The OG,
scene
they
where,
give you the fake out.
bro, the
Yeah.
OG had the kid literally hiding under the bed, and he cut the Achilles ankle
Oh,
of that
God.
one guy.
Hate that scene.
Oh yeah.
And then because he
Oh,
falls down, he finishes him off like Chucky.
I will punt a kid. There's no chance
I
a kid's
punt
gonna
a
kill
kid.
me.
I would never hit a child, but I'm willing to make an exception.
Self-defense.
That ain't no
self-defense.
child. That's just a small demon.
Self-defense.
Small
It's like that the self-defense thing. It's like there was that episode of South Park where it's like they wanted to like hold a rally to like, oh, stop directors from like making a like altering movies.
Yeah.
And they had this meeting. It was like, oh, free hat, right? But it's like they thought it was like an actual hat.
Oh,
It's like, yeah,
yeah.
we're gonna free hat
a
McCullough
killer.
because
The guy who killed
killed
babies.
23 babies. But yeah, but it was self-defense.
You get that many babies together, who knows what's gonna happen?
It's like you don't have that many babies in one area for no reason.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Maybe they have like a baby
They
launcher.
were ganging up on him.
They're up to no good.
Those toddlers, man, you can't trust them.
Swarm mentality, like
That-
zombies.
No, that was a gang.
That's what he said in the show too.
Give a free baby. Give that man a baby.
Man, I've not seen half of these damn movies you guys are talking about.
Are you still looking through the list? Are you looking through? I'm afraid to look through this list. I want to click the link, but then I don't want to click the link.
Click the link.
No, I don't want to cry.
It is I heard that it can, like, some movies that, like, it ruined like a lot of movies for a lot of people because I'm gonna see this and then it turns out there's a dog in it that dies. It's like shit.
I'm leaving.
No, I don't want to
Well,
see it no
what's
more.
the is it called War Horse? I think the one where it's like the Germans and the Allies actually came together to free a horse from World War One,
Yeah, that is. I think that is Warhorse.
and it's based off a
Probably.
true story. How like
Yeah.
they stopped fighting just to save an animal.
Damn
was
it!
like
I
this-
clicked the link.
It was like the saving grace between the two factions.
Yeah.
And that horse went on to save Christmas.
But you basically
Yeah. I didn't say it that way. Yeah.
because like
Wait,
at one
is that a
point they
real
were
fucking
playing.
thing?
Yeah, they basically
That
like
part.
so in World War One they had a ceasefire for Christmas, and they were literally playing soccer in no man's land during Christmas. Well, after Christmas was done, they went back to shooting at each other.
Just like
Real-
Christmas,
real-
just like real Christmas.
It's
With
real
your
story
in-laws.
too.
That was a personal miracle.
All right, it's back to hating you.
All right.
Miracle at Miracle at World War One.
They said
Then-
Happy New Year's.
Then one of them made a political statement, and then the fighting started again.
Surprise, mother.
He didn't like his fruitcake.
Yeah, your Christmas gift sucked. I don't want to. Who asked for a tie? At
This is the worst white elephant gift I've ever
Throw
gotten.
it back over the trench.
I already have a bayonet.
throw it back over the trench.
A burnt sock with a foot still inside of it.
Damn,
Red
you
foot, I
got
already
coal.
got that.
Hey, actually, coal would have been useful. It was so damn cold out there.
A box of spent matches. Damn it.
He's all, I got a
Spend
stick.
At least the strike side is still good, you know.
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second, guys. Huntsville is, somebody sent me a message. Huntsville is that place Sam Houston University is located, right?
Yeah.
Mhm, yes.
Sam Houston State. Yep.
Hmm.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. How did we? What was the podcast about again? Oh, Hispanic
Hispanic
Heritage.
Yeah.
We're talking about
I mean, we were talking a lot. So basically, we first talked about big Texas Comic Con, and then
Yeah.
we brought up Renfest and how,
Yes.
and then also like
Food.
Hispanic heritage, like Hispanic food and all that stuff.
Food.
Man, this is a good 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should we
Hat.
talk about Anime North real quick? Because Jace did go.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
just
mean, with
quick thoughts on
Texas, that was
Yeah.
a
Yes.
terrible convention.
Oh, no.
I don't know what happened to it, but
Was it in Dallas?
it was.
Yeah,
in,
so it was in
Hunter.
Dallas.
it was in Dallas. It was.
Hunt.
Glad I didn't pay to go there because I was a panelist, but there was no signage showing where anything was. There was
Oof.
times where there was nothing, literally nothing going on. They had a room set up for 24-hour karaoke, which is terrible. They had a room set up for a panel where there's a small stage, a room set up for video screening for showing anime, and a room set up for smaller panels. And then there was the large room for like the cosplay contest. That was it. So there were times where there was nothing going on.
We got a first, real quick. I just want to acknowledge Hunter. Is a first time, was new to the show, watching for the first time, commenting for the first time. I met Hunter at Rensfest. Hunter was there when the stupid lady told me something about. Remember, Hunter? I don't know if you were there, remember, but I was talking about the stupid lady that called me out for the Cookie Monster outfit. It was So
You're
Hunter was
old lady.
not in. Yeah, the nursing home lady. Don't worry, Grandma. You'll be in a hole soon enough.
Damn.
Damn.
You'll be getting life alert soon.
Put her in
You'll
the
be
most-
getting life alert soon.
Just lost 100 subscribers with that one comment. Yeah, he remembers. See, look, yeah.
That reminds me of that phrase Plankton said to that old lady in that SpongeBob episode. He goes, "Somebody should put you in a river floating down a box, Grandma."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
Actually,
remember that.
someone should put you in a box.
Floating down the river.
Fall down the river.
the line that I use is from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will's on a date playing mini golf and the guy's rushing him. Hurry up! He's like, "Calm down, old man. You'll be in a hole soon enough."
Damn.
So back to you saying you were you were a panelist at North Texas Anime.
Yeah.
Are you going to what is it called?
Anime Frontier.
Yeah, are you going to that one?
No, I have some friends that are doing. They have like a panel room that they are in charge of, but I didn't want to go to it. My October's super busy, so
I want to go, but it's like Dallas is so far from Houston, and like
Yeah.
I want to see Steve Bloom.
Yeah, that's actually a big. I'm actually liking this year's guest lineup for
Frontier should be good. Like it,
Yeah,
Jonas
It
Scott's
is
gonna be
really
there
good.
too.
the last two, it's been the last two Anime Frontiers were really good, and I'm
I love
confident
Anime
that the third
Frontier.
one. Yeah,
it's
Basically,
a
for
pretty
me-
good spot too.
yeah. For me, it's like if you can't go to Anime New York City, Anime Frontier is like your alternate, basically.
Oh,
Yep.
so Sonic, tell him about the con you're going to.
Oh yeah, so I was gonna wait until the end. So I think we're almost to the end anyway, right?
Yeah, we're pretty
Okay.
much gonna rest.
So a little special announcement actually. So speaking of conventions, so the weekend of November 10th through the 12th is pretty busy because OniCon's happening, and then also the Houston Arcade Pinball Expo. However, I will not be in neither of those because I will be representing Geeks 5 Ever. Special announcement. I will be representing Geeks 5 Ever at Sonic Expo. So if you're wondering what the hell that is, so Sonic Expo is a convention dedicated to Sonic the Hedgehog. Duh.
Yes.
And so it's going to be from November 11th to the 12th. That will be happening in Dallas. So it's in the Dallas Fort Worth airport area. So it's in the hotel nearby. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Get to meet a couple of guests, a couple of people who like the fandom, concerts and all that stuff. So I'll be happy to represent you guys, show off some footage, and join our Discord because you may see some footage or maybe you'll see something I may post from the convention.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
speaking of,
yeah, so I'll be representing Geeks 5 Ever. We'll be at the
Yes.
Sonic Expo.
I was gonna say, so speaking of cons, so last weekend, so September 29th to October 1st was CadabraCon. So me, Andrew, so Green Ranger, and our friend Ismail, we went just for one day on that Saturday, the 30th, and it was a good day trip. So it was in Portland, Texas. So going towards Corpus, and it was
almost
cool
died.
because there was Power Ranger actors there. There was Avatar: The Last Airbender voice actors there. One of the voice actresses that does Batgirl, I think it was the cartoon show or the live action. I don't remember which one.
Live action.
Live action. Okay, but she was there too, and it was fun. And Selwyn got to go this time. So when the Power Rangers in Space cast went, well, to New Braunfels for Retro Mania collectible in January. Selwyn was supposed to come, but he couldn't come because he was moving. So I was pumped up because he was coming to this one, and so I got to see him finally. So that was like iconic moment. So I was in my blue and Space Ranger cosplay, so I got to take a picture with him. And then my other Ranger friend was Red Turbo, so we both walked in together at some point and actually went to Selwyn's table, so that was awesome as well. And then catching up with the other Ranger actors and then seeing their panel, and so it was like a little reunion. So it was fun.
Woo.
Yeah, we almost died.
Wow.
That is a way to end it.
Yes.
The drive down there was basically like terrible because like it was all sunshine and rays, and then like out of nowhere like a storm hit us and I couldn't see shits.
Yeah, so we were getting close to Portland and getting close to the community center, and it was like sprinkling, and I was like, "Oh my god, we gotta suit up in our Ranger cosplay. It's gonna freaking rain." I'm so freaking pissed. I was like, "Bro,
It's like, John, calm down. We'll be all right. So all we have to do is like suit up in the car. We'll be all right.
we were fine
enough,
after that. It was just a little
Yep.
sprinkle, panic first, and then we're good.
It'll dry.
It
You
will."
said you were gonna die. It's like just little sprinkles. It's fine.
Nah, it wasn't a little sprinkle. It was
Not
like
sprinkle. It was like not
Like-
pouring rain, but it was
Yeah,
like
it
in
was.
between. Like
Like probably the wind.
John, you weren't driving. I was driving.
I wasn't
couldn't
driving,
see.
but
I couldn't see, like,
I was
past, like,
with
my
you.
window.
Yeah, like it did get to a point where it was like, where are we at? Oh my god, can't see.
It's all a
I was
blur.
like, I was like for 2 seconds like grandma driving. I was like, fuck, I can't see the lines on the road or anything. It's like I think
Uh-oh.
that's a traffic cone or a person. I can't tell.
Uh-oh.
I do have a bit of an announcement to make. So I want to apologize to everyone in advance. Geeks Fiverr will not be at Onicon this year. We have decided to drop out from applying for the convention. We bought all of our camping equipment for the Renaissance Festival and we set it up and everything. And then a storm hit the campgrounds and all of our shit got destroyed.
Oof.
So we had to replace everything, which cost us even more. So with that being said, I'm not willing to spend $300. Like it's like, well, why can't you just go for a day? What if I have panels Friday and Saturday, and it's Galveston? Galveston's already not close as it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's like I've already paid for Renaissance. I just have to keep going back and forth. I don't have to pay extra.
Yeah. You'll get the
So-
parking too.
I don't go to the fucking fair at all. Like
Oh, for like
If I-
the well, no, like do y'all get separate parking for the tents, like your campground?
yeah, in the campground, you just go in there and you just set up your camp wherever you want, as long as it's not in a clan area.
I've never
Like-
camped at the Ren Fair as much times
It's
have I gone.
fun. I went last year and I was there, but
Think
like for
Woodstock.
camping.
Think Woodstock, but like more middle-aged people and more medieval shit.
It is Le Woodstock.
I mean,
It
those-
was-
it sounds fun to
Ye
me.
old Woodstock.
Yeah,
sounds
ye
fun to
old
me.
Woodstock.
You go Woodstock.
The stock of wood.
Yes. So it's fun. Like if you go, it's like people are friendly, people are awesome. You like the areas that are clanned off are usually roped off or fenced off.
Mhm.
So it's not like it's very difficult to like accidentally set up camp in a fucking roped off area.
So you mentioned clans. I remember vaguely one time we were talking to a group of people. We were just being friendly with them, and they come up to me one time said, "You want to join our clan?" And I thought they were just, like that's their way of saying you want to join our friend group. Then I found out later that Ren Fair had actual clans, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, "Okay." So that guy was actually trying to recruit me to be in his clan. I don't remember the name. It was like Firebird something or like that along the line.
Eagle
Fire
Fang.
pigeons. Eagle fang. Fire pigeons.
But do y'all have a clan, or are y'all just?
We want to start a geek group, maybe put some anime cutouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just that
Pretty
there aren't a
cool.
lot of us that go. We have to have a big group to be recognized as a clan. I think we have to be at least 10 people.
Yeah, the Geek Guild.
Oh yeah, because we don't want geeks. we don't want the name Geeks Fiverr out in Renaissance, just to avoid.
Right.
certain
Well, use your mascot,
issues.
the bear.
We will. I do have a bear onesie that I wear out there when it's freezing.
The Bear Geeks. I don't know.
No, I was thinking
Grizzly
like
clan.
the
The
Guild of
Geek
Geeks.
Guild. Oh, that'd be cool too.
The Guild of Geeks.
I was thinking the Geek and Bears, the Geek and Osos.
Oh,
The Guild of Geeks works
the
though.
Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
The Geek Grizzlies. There you go.
Cocaine bears.
Okay. Hey, how do I sign up? So yeah, I have a season pass for campground, so I'm going again this weekend.
Then
So
I'll
we bought the season
see if I
pass for the
can see
camp.
you then, because I'll be there.
So the season pass for the camp was $550 with the taxes.
Damn.
Yeah, I saw that on their website. I was like, I don't have enough people with me just to do it yet.
That's only good for one person.
Per person.
Per person or just per tent?
Well, it's per setup.
So if
Because
you have somebody
you could set up
sharing
two
the same thing?
canopies and rope. We set up two canopies, two 10 by 20s,
Hmm.
and we made them one big tent, and that counted. And we had smaller tents inside, but we tarped it off so you couldn't see it, and it still counts.
But they don't charge you by the person, right?
To get in, yes, they do.
Really? Oh, to the
Yes.
festival. I'm talking about campground.
Yeah, but
Wow.
what I will say is this: if they only really charge you when you're going through the gate with the car.
Mm-hmm.
So like
trunk.
you could go like bring your car around and have everybody just walk across the field.
Okay.
Like people do it all the time. Like
I remember one time somebody invited me out to
we
because they needed help. They needed help getting out of their armor, and I was like, "Yeah, I can help you." And they invited me to their tent.
So we in 17 went Thursday, but he was only gonna go help me check out because we were gonna go check on camp, and that's when we discovered that it had been trashed by the weather, by Mother Nature. But when we got there, it's $25 per person to get into the campgrounds.
Oh, wow.
And so I couldn't go through the main entrances because they're gated off. So I'm like, okay, 17, get in the trunk of the car. So there's a whole
drive-in
story.
movie thing.
So here's the
Okay.
whole thing. Yeah. So he gets in the trunk of the car at the gas station. We go in. Okay, 17, shut up. Don't say anything. He's calling me. How far? I'm going really slow because I don't want to like shake the car. He calls me. How far away are we? I'm claustrophobic. It's
Oh my
dark. My phone doesn't work. I'm like, how are you on the phone?
gosh.
And then he's like, and then so we get to the gate, and there's like 3 cops there just sitting in a golf cart, and the lady's like, she's selling me 2 passes because I gotta get one for Asian, and he calls me on the fucking phone, and you could hear my phone ringing, and then the cops start staring at the car. I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I'm gonna go to jail. 17, stop, 17, stop. I thought 17 was gonna start screaming, help,
What's with the trunk?
help.
Da, da, da,
He's
da,
got
da, da, da.
I thought he was gonna start beating on the door and saying help, help, because the shows were right there,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, I almost shit my own pants.
You're about to send me to jail, man.
And we finally get in and we pull forward where it's dark, and I let him out. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you calling me on the phone? You can hear the phone ringing in the trunk. He's like laughing his ass off. Dude, I thought you were gonna start beating on the roof. Help me. He's like,
Beating
yeah,
on
I
the
was
roof.
gonna do that. He's kidnapped me. He said something about Coke Mule.
Coke meal.
He promised me it. He promised me food.
So Hunter, yeah, I'll be there this weekend, Hunter. So whenever, like, hit me up whenever you go again. I made some really good friends. I met a guy named Travis who was Deadpool. He's fun to hang out with. Ren Fair is really great to make friends, especially
Yeah.
like it's very sociable, very very social. I feel at times it's more sociable than most anime conventions and comic cons.
Mhm.
That's why I think I like Ren Fair, because the thing is, like, it lasts for so many weeks that you have a chance to
8
meet those
weekends.
people again. You have a chance to meet those people who go reoccurringly and be like, I saw
Yeah.
you last weekend. And then you become bros or whatever, and you just become regulars.
Next thing you know, you're sleeping on the bed of their truck because you have no tent.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Like most anime conventions, like the bigger ones, like people tend to stick to themselves, and then you have the full of shit cosplayers, and then like there are some really cool cosplayers, but then you have some that are like super fucking entitled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I know a few of those.
yeah, I think we all do. I think, and I know a couple like who hate my guts because I almost got into a fist fight with Voltaire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
If you know,
Fuck.
you know.
Voltaire is the guy that created the theme songs for the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh.
Hmm.
And what else cartoons did he do? Some like
That's all
that's
you've
it.
told us
That's all.
about. I think that's what you've told us. The only
I didn't even know
ones.
who. No, because when I got into the argument with him, I didn't know who he was. Like, do you know who the fuck I am? Yeah, bum. This is who the fuck you are. You look like you haven't fucking bathed.
Damn.
Because he looked like he needed a hot meal, a warm bath, and a ticket to somewhere.
He's like, you humbled him quick. You're not that big, I guess.
I'm like,
Who the hell
who
are
is
you?
you, homeboy? Who the hell are you? Because he called me a dirty Mexican, so I called him a bitch.
Damn.
So yeah, that happened. Delta HCon. Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, not sorry.
In my defense, he did try to. He argued with the Delta HCon staff member about he wanted to drink in the car. He had a bottle of hard liquor and wanted to drink it in the car as they were moving out of the airport to the hotel.
What an idiot! You don't ask, you just do it.
And like they're going through like a heavy cop populated area.
Just a lot of law enforcement everywhere.
Yeah, and like in the city, the cops are assholes. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the small town, I hate and like small town cops because you'll get a really good one, or you'll get like a really you'll get the good one that's like, dude, I don't want to write you a fucking ticket. That involves paperwork, court, me
That
getting out of the
That actually
squad
happened
car.
to me. What I think it's 2018 San Japan. So I'm right in front of the convention center, and I take my seatbelt off because I'm in costume and I have armor. My costume has armor on it, and so I just had taken off my seatbelt, and the cop on the motorcycle sees it. He goes, "Got one." So he goes and pulls me over. Luckily, I pulled over right in front of the entrance of the con, so there's a lot of people coming through there. So he goes, "Just don't do it again. I won't write you a warning." So I got scot-free, and he was just chill about it. He's like, "I understand you're doing the costume. Just make sure when you park the car, then you can take your seatbelt off and all everything."
Mhm.
He wasn't like, "Oh, you violated the law. You know, the whole spiel about you should have your seatbelt on no matter when the whole lecture." Right? He basically
Yeah.
didn't give me the lecture. He didn't
I
write me
feel
no
like-
ticket. He just gave me a warning.
It's like, dude, do you know why I pulled you over, son?
What seems to be the problem, officer? What seems to be the officer problem?
Now listen, right, meow.
All right, so Jace unfortunately had to leave. It is about that time we start wrapping up, so let's get everyone to promote their social media with Sonic, because originally Sonic was supposed to be he's a co-host, but he's also a guest. So, but he had to take
He's a little
over
bit of
this thing.
both.
Yeah, I was low key doing double duty today.
He's wearing multiple hats.
He
Yeah.
is.
I was wearing a lot of hats today. So you could find me on Twitter. You can find me not Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. Keyblade Sonic on YouTube. Subscriptions would help. I'm working on a couple of projects and videos and variously shorts and all that. That's also me on TikTok. Also on. You can also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Super Saiyan Sonic. I recently posted a couple images from a photo shoot I did recently.
Ooh.
Hope you can check them out. And yeah, so before, if you didn't hear, I will be at Sonic Expo representing Geeks 5 Ever. So I'll be doing some showing off some B-roll, showing some footage, give my thoughts on it, etc. Maybe get a shout out from the guests for the podcast. We'll see.
All right. Next is Levan Marie.
Okie dokies. Well, you can find me at Levon Marie Cosplay on majority of my socials. On X now, it's no longer Twitter, but
I still call it Twitter. It's okay.
Yeah,
Everyone
I'm
still goes on
Levon.
Twitter.
I'm Levon Chaos on there. So, and I'm Levon Marie Cosplay on TikTok. I also stream on Twitch. Same thing, just Levon Marie. I'm slowly getting back into my content creating. I took a hiatus, but I just posted some new photos, so feel free to go check them out.
There you go.
All right. Next up is Green Acres.
Great acres.
Yeah.
Dang.
So you can find me on Instagram, TikTok. I'm slowly getting back into Twitch. Slowly, I still hiatus on that part. But you can find me. Tag name is gonna be Green Arrow _of _SA. Recently, me and John we just did like a photo shoot like a while back, and I'm
We did.
slowly getting those videos out, getting those photos out as we go. So yeah, you can check that out. It's awesome.
All right, I thought there was more for some reason. All right, next is legit.
Damn, like 2.5 minutes. Kidding. All right. So, I am legit John Steven. So you can find me on Instagram, and I'm also on Twitter. We know it's X, but I still call it Twitter. Okay. And yeah, so you can find me on there. And if you already follow me on Instagram, so next week I'll start doing some more Instagram lives with other cosplayer friends, like online or IRL or both, whatever. So it's gonna be really fun. So you don't want to miss that.
Check it out. I've watched a few. They were cool. I like it.
Thank you. I know I see you lurking them all. Hey, representing, get the little reactions.
I know I'd be like that. I'd be like,
Yes, with the big eyes ones. Yes.
I'd be like writing notes, like, oh,
Damn, he's trying to do a walkthrough on my
like
live
stealing
stream.
shit from
Kidding.
you. That's right.
Steal this
Stealing
shit. Just
Yeah.
like just writing notes. You're like,
Right.
Write that down. Write that down.
yeah, right, with the binocular
Tic tac toe on the thing.
on the notepad.
Yeah.
Yes, he took Steve's notepad and pencil.
Blue crayon and everything.
Blue
Yeah.
Right,
Yes, blue crayon, blue pen. Yes,
I'm
blue
like that with
blue
my tongue
crayons.
sticking out of my mouth, like.
Yes, like SpongeBob. Like that.
Nah, he's just
All right.
he's making all this effort and just says the. That's it. The.
So next is Virus X.
Yeah, so I'm mainly on Instagram. So like he said, it's VirusX with an underscore Andreas. That's the only social media I have, but most likely I do a lot of. I'm out there in the field, so I'm either at the cons, at the events, in cosplay. I'm very open, so if you see me, just come up, say what's up.
Yeah.
Take some
That's right.
pictures. I'll just hang out with you.
Yep.
Just have fun.
And
like I said, I'll be at Ren Fair this weekend for the Fairy Weekend, and most likely be at the weekend after that for Pirate.
Okay.
Oh, definitely come say hi. We are doing a Dia de los Muertos celebration at Renaissance Festival the first weekend of
Nice.
November. We're going to set up some ofrendas, and you can come say hi. Also, as far as conventions go, guys, except for Keyblade Sonic and a few other people representing Geeks 5 Ever at the Conventions Express, we don't have anything planned except for Etchy Expo. That is it for us.
Last one of the year.
It's just everything's too bundled up together. Everyone's we can't get with unexpected costs coming up, and I kind of want to just focus. Like next year though, we'll have definitely a long list of conventions. We have other projects in the works. We are going to do like a Geeks Forever awards thing
Yeah.
to where that's why we're doing the convention rating. So we have convention. So these are the awards so far. So we have Convention of the Year, and the People's Champion Award. So it's Geeks 5 Ever Con of the Year and the Geeks 5 Ever the People's Championship. So the person for the People's Championship has already been picked, but the Convention of the Year is still up for grabs.
Yeah, so all these conventions, pressure's on.
That's right, and we do have a third award. We might have so it's called the Iconic Cosplayer of the Year Award.
Oh snap!
So it's
Watch out.
pretty much
Interesting.
like who's like it's not based on votes either. You can't just like, hey, I want to enter and get voted on. Nah, it doesn't work like that. So and it's not just who made the best cosplays. It's like dressing up is one thing, but who represented the character the best, who worked on their there's a lot of things that go into factor. Who wasn't an asshole unless it was part of the character. So we've been looking at several people that were nominated for that one. That one's the one we're allowing nominations for, but there's no voting for it. That's the only thing.
Should just
And
pick.
that's right. And we might have like a We might even have a lewd cosplay award. Who knows?
Oh.
We're gonna see. So only 2 of them get championship belts. The rest of them, I'm looking at plaques.
Nice.
Yeah. So stay tuned, I guess.
And depending on how much the plaques cost, will determine like how many we can. We're just trying to give recognition to. So far, in the lead for Convention of the Year, though, it is Delta H Con 2023 and Colossal Con 2023, who are both tied.
Yeah, they're both tied. So
Ooh.
could we see somebody cash in their briefcase and make get
That's right.
win the belt?
Could
Damn.
Onicon be the sleeping agent and like rise to the top?
Or
This year,
Edgy
bro.
Expo, or Anime
Our-
Frontier,
Or Anime Dallas, or
or Sonic Expo. You never know.
our
Hey,
anime,
true.
our anime Dick's Ring Battle Royale. I don't know. I'm making shit up this morning. I know there's a lot of new. There are even new conventions that got announced for 2025. By the way,
Yeah, there was one.
Wow.
Thanks, shout out to our man Chad who let us know about it. So they don't know any, they haven't said anything. They just only released like a teaser image. They haven't released any information. All we know it's coming in 2025.
Noise.
also we're taking. If you want to be on the show, hit us up. Hit us up on Instagram. Send us a message. Don't
Mhm.
send us a message on Facebook because we don't respond there anymore. Pretty much
Yeah.
the page is dead.
Yeah.
But we're keeping it up only for numbers, so we kind of use it for a reference. But if you want to be on the show, let us know. We do have, I think, the Halloween special coming up, and then we do have the Dragon Ball special, which I'm still working on. I know I contacted Stephanie and Linda, so we're just working on a date
Mhm.
to confirm them, to lock them in.
Yeah.
As far as My Hero, obviously my boy John is going to be on it. And we are doing something with Jenna for Legend of the White Dragon, so we're waiting until next year for that. And we are going to do a Super XL. We're going to do an XXL end of the year podcast.
Super size.
That's right. It's
Water
usually
size,
like
sip size.
it's usually like
size.
9 or 10 of us on the show, just talking shit about the year, and then it rotates. Like we'll kick someone off and then bring somebody in, and kick someone off and bring somebody in.
Yeah, so stay
Ooh.
tuned for everybody who's out there. And also, I want to give a quick shout out to the people who are still watching us throughout the whole entire time. I know this is later than what we're like way behind, but we just want to thank y'all for watching all the way.
Which is weird because it popped off like the later it got. Like, oh, hey, Raw's over, so let's go watch the podcast.
Yeah. Hey, at least we're not doing it tomorrow because they're not fucking around about tomorrow.
They're really not fucking around.
If you know, you know.
You know. Oh, by the way, look what my fucking for you wrestling fans, I got a classic ruthless aggression Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
Look what my fucking dog did.
ate the peg?
RKO.
The head's
The
gone.
head is gone.
Oh, did you like? Oh shit.
He chewed the head off.
Well, speaking of wrestling, so let me show you the autograph real quick of the Funko Pop. So Trish
Okay,
Stratus.
there we go.
Oh
Nice.
shit.
There we
Nice.
go.
Yeah.
Fucking
There we go.
badass. Also, make sure you check out Jace's channel.
Jason
He does
with Jace.
D&D.
And also join our Discord server because we have more content than what we don't often talk about a lot of things here. Like there's some stuff that we would talk about due to time constraints we wouldn't, but if you check us out on Discord, we could be talking. You could just
We got
show
all
off
the
what
fresh hot tea.
Yeah, fresh hot tea. You could show us like conventions coming up. You could promote your stuff. You could show off like your cosplay, show off like what you bought. You know what I mean? Make memes. We something to have fun with there. Just have fun. Just don't be stupid there.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Stay classy, and we will see you again. We have another Dark Side of the Community episode, but those are going to move to Wednesday instead of Friday now. Just because Renaissance.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take care. Stay classy. Good night.
Peace.
Bye,
Till
everyone.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.